Chapter 1356. Iron Chain Cage. A black mist-like soul power shot out from Mo Qingyun's left eye and turned into black soul iron chains. The soul iron chains were extremely fast. In the blink of an eye, they had entered the young man's sea of consciousness. After being hit by the iron chain cage, the young man was stunned. His face was filled with shock. At the same time, the young man's consciousness was momentarily dazed. Lightblade. Seeing that the young man was in a daze, Mo Qingyun did not hesitate and hurriedly shot eye light at the young man. Then, a green saber light blasted toward the black-clothed young man at high speed. At this moment, the young man was in a daze. He did not notice Mo Qingyun's attack at all. Pucci. Then, the young man's neck was cut off by the eye light blade. You actually killed me. After his neck was cut off, the young man regained consciousness. He looked at Mo Qingyun in shock. Even in death, he would never have imagined that Mo Qingyun would be able to kill him in a moment of carelessness. After a while, the young man's body dissipated in midair. It turned out that the young man was only a consciousness body. After the young man was killed, the array around the high platform was gradually opened. A passage appeared in front of Mo Qingyun. After seeing this passage, Mo Qingyun did not stop walking. He hurriedly walked into the passage. After a while, Mo Qingyun came to a secret room and saw a stalwart man. In this secret room, Mo Qingyun saw two young men approaching the stalwart man. Mo Qingyun's sudden appearance immediately attracted the two's attention. Mo Qingyun. When the two saw Mo Qingyun, they were shocked. Their faces darkened, and they emitted a strong killing intent. Sensing the killing intent from the two, Mo Qingyun's expression froze. He was shocked. They want to kill me? I don't think I know them. After a short moment of surprise, Mo Qingyun calmed the shock in his heart and sensed the cultivation of the two. One is at the great circle of the immortal core realm, and the other is at the minor star realm. After learning of their cultivation, Mo Qingyun's expression eased up slightly. He thought to himself, dealing with lesser star experts might be a little troublesome, but it's not like I can't deal with them. Captain Yin Sheng, this kid is Mo Qingyun. He was the one who saved Lu Yonghu last time. The immortal core stage youth stared coldly at Mo Qingyun as he explained to the people beside him. Yin Ming's face turns dark and cold. Jing Yi, don't worry. Since you already surrendered to me, of course I'll avenge you. Moreover, this guy's on the same side as Lu Yonghu. Jing Yi. Hearing Yin Cheng's words, Mo Qingyun frowned and looked at the immortal core stage youth. Very quickly, Mo Qingyun understood what was going on. He smiled coldly. Jing Yi, so it's you. It seems that when I entered the Eye Palace, I sensed a cold aura. It should be from your right? So what? Jing Yi doesn't show any sign of weakness. He raises his head and points at Captain Yin. Captain Yin is the second strongest person in God government. Mo Qingyun, today you meet him, today you will die for sure. I don't think so. Mo Qingyun smiles faintly and glances at both of them. There's no harm in telling you guys. As long as you guys are not great star-level cultivators, it's all the same to me. Shameless boasting. Yin Sheng was enraged when he heard Mo Qingyun's arrogant words. He looked at Mo Qingyun with a ferocious expression and said, Brat, let me see how strong you are. Got a eagle star position. As soon as Yin Kuei attacked, he took out the star position and activated the power of the star position. It seemed that he knew Mo Qingyun's true power from Jing Yi. Otherwise, with his lesser star position strength, he wouldn't need to spend so much effort to deal with an immortal dew stage cultivator. Kid, I know that you are very strong. As long as I don't give you time to use it, you won't be able to do anything. Yin Luo activated the star position and rushed toward Mo Qingyun at top speed. Divine Earth Shield. Seeing Yin Cheng's action, Mo Qingyun didn't dare to be careless. He used the Divine Earth Shield to defend himself. Very quickly, a huge yellow shield appeared in front of Yin Sheng and blocked his path. Mo Qingyun's figure flashed as he blocked Yin Su's path. He quickly put some distance between them. Blood Chi Berserk, God of War, Transformation. As Mo Qingyun retreated, He also used 2 divine abilities to increase his power. After a while, Mo Qingyun's aura reached the level of a mortal infant stage. At this moment, while Mo Qingyun was dodging, Jing Yi approached with a sinister smile. Mo Qingyun die. Divine ability, Sky Edge Destruction. Under Jing Yi's attack, a cyan sword light appeared and attacked Mo Qingyun's back. The cyan sword light was very fast. In addition, it was very close to Mo Qingyun. In an instant, it hit Mo Qingyun. Clang! Mo Qingyun was hit by Jing Yi's attack. A crisp sound came from his body. He didn't seem to be injured at all. Seeing this, Jing Yi's eyes widened. He couldn't believe it. Even if he was reborn, his cultivation was only at the immortal core stage. However, with his current cultivation base, it was still possible for him to kill an immortal infant stage cultivator if he were to launch a surprise attack. But Mo Qingyun was hit by his attack. Not only was he not injured, he didn't even lose a single strand of hair. This was simply too bizarre. How can this be? Jing Yi's eyes widened. He couldn't accept this. Sneak attack? Seeing Jing Yi's action, Mo Qingyun's face sunk. His eyes were filled with killing intent. Since you want to die, I'll kill you first. Star position divine punch. After Mo Qingyun said that, he punched at Jing Yi. Under Mo Qingyun's powerful attack, plus Jing Yi's panic, he just forgets to dodge. No. After being hit by Mo Qingyun's punch, Jing Yi was smashed into pieces. Even his soul didn't have time to escape. Jing Yi was dead. Last time, he was able to save his life from Mo Qingyun. This time, he wasn't so lucky. When Mo Qingyun killed Jing Yi, Yin Cheng destroyed the Earth God shield. He saw the power of Mo Qingyun's punch. Instant power? Yin Cheng's expression couldn't help but to be shocked. He showed a strong sense of fear. The reason why a true immortal stage cultivator was so powerful was because of the power of incense and the power of the stars. Chapter 1357. The Seal Door. Before Yin Kuei could recover from his shock, a small door of light flew toward him. Looking at Mo Qingyun's attack, Yin Kuei's face shows his disdain. He laughs coldly. Little brat, you have great courage. After you kill Jing Yi, you don't run away. You unexpectedly dare to attack me. Not only do I dare to attack you, I also dare to kill you. Mo Qingyun's face turned cold, and a chilling light flashed in his eyes. He was determined to obtain the inheritance of the House of Immortals. Now that Yin Kuei wanted to compete with him, he wouldn't allow it. Thus, no matter whether Yin Kuei had a grudge against Liu Yonghu or not, Mo Qingyun couldn't let him live. I want to see how you'll kill me. Yin Kuei snorted coldly and hurriedly swung his right fist toward the sealed door. Yin Kuei punched, and a violent surge of immortal spiritual energy erupted from his fist. This burst of immortal spiritual energy engulfed the sealed door. However, the sealed door passed through the immortal spiritual energy in the blink of an eye. The sealed door passed through the immortal spiritual energy, but its attack didn't weaken at all. It instantly entered Yin Kuei's body. As soon as the sealing door entered Yin Cheng's body, it began to seal and suppress his flesh and soul in a domineering manner. In a short while, Yin Kuei's aura reached the level of a true immortal. Sealed cultivation? Yin Kuei was surprised to see that part of his cultivation had been sealed. As Jing Yi said, you really do have a way to seal other people's cultivation. Yin Kuei was surprised for a moment, but then he sneered. Mo Qingyun, I admit that I've underestimated you. However, even if you can seal my cultivation, how much can it affect my strength? Mo Qingyun frowned slightly when he heard Yin Ming's words. He did not understand what Yin Ming meant. Looking at the puzzled Mo Qingyun, Yin Cheng activated the power of Joss Flame and the power of the stars and smiled sinisterly. Although your sealing technique is powerful, it won't affect my strength much if you can't seal the power of Joss Flame and the power of the stars. Theurgy, Blood Slave Spear. As soon as Yin Ming finished his words, he attacked Mo Qingyun again and blasted out a shocking blood chi spiritual power. The blood chi and spiritual energy blasted out and turned into a huge blood spear, which shot towards Mo Qingyun. Mo Qingyun's expression did not change when he saw Yin Ying's attack. His face was calm as he said, "Even if I am unable to seal the power of the Joss flames and the power of the stars, I can still kill you today. Unparalleled god of War Star." As soon as Mo Qingyun said that, he took out the unparalleled battle god star and activated its power. Soon, a mysterious power was added to Mo Qingyun's body. With the addition of this power, Mo Qingyun's aura immediately skyrocketed. In the blink of an eye, it reached the extreme immortal infant realm. Heavenly Flames, Skybreaking Halberd. After taking out the unparalleled battle god star, Mo Qingyun's hands did not stop moving. He slashed at the blood slave spear. Then, a violent flame power blasted out from the immortal burning halberd and turned into a fire dragon halberd light that was 1,000 meters long. Bang! When the fire dragon halberd light collided with the blood slave spear, there was a loud bang and a terrifying spiritual energy fluctuation. However, Yin Ming ignored the spiritual energy fluctuation as though he did not see it at all. At this moment, Yin Kuei's eyes widened in shock as he looked at the star position above Mo Qingyun. This is a 7th grade star position or an 8th grade star position. Yin Kuei quickly deduced the specific grade of Mo Qingyun's star position in his heart. The more Yin Kuei deduced in his heart, the more shocked his expression became. The star position that this kid condensed doesn't seem to be a complete star position. It's only a half-formed star position, but it already has such powerful power. If his star position is complete, how powerful would it be? Thinking of this, the shock in Yin Kuei's heart reached an extreme. Could it be that this kid has condensed a 9th grade star position? Thinking of Mo Qingyun's star position, Yin Kuei could not help but turn pale. He began to fear Mo Qingyun. My star position is only a 5th grade star position, and it has less than 2,000 incense power. However, in this small half-formed star position, there is at least 70 to 80 million incense power. The gap between our star positions is too big. In a short moment, Yin Kuei discovered the gap between himself and Mo Qingyun. Golden-crowned snake-feathered eagle, come out! While Yin Kuei was still in shock, Mo Qingyun summoned the golden-crowned snake-feathered eagle. He was not going to hold back anymore. The fusion gate. After summoning the golden-crowned snake-feathered eagle, Mo Qingyun immediately used the fusion gate without any hesitation. Then, Mo Qingyun and the golden-crowned snake-feathered eagle were enveloped by 2 light gates, and they quickly overlapped. Then, Mo Qingyun merged with the golden-crowned snake-feathered eagle, and his cultivation instantly rose to the level of a true immortal. Fusion? True immortal cultivation? Looking at Mo Qingyun's performance, Yin Kuei was once again shocked. He felt that his brain was not enough to comprehend it. He had never heard about Mo Qingyun's method from Jingyi. Damn Jingyi. He unexpectedly didn't tell me about such a powerful and strange method. Looking at the fusion gate that Mo Qingyun used, Yin Kuei's face was full of resentment. He cursed Jing Yi's ancestors. If he knew that Mo Qingyun had such a powerful method, even if he was beaten to death, he would not dare to provoke Mo Qingyun. From the current situation, he no longer had the slightest advantage in front of Mo Qingyun. Golden Snake Flashing Halberd. Mo Qingyun merged with the golden-crowned, snake-feathered eagle. He waved the immortal burning halberd and immediately stabbed toward Yin Kuei. Then, Mo Qingyun's figure disappeared. Even his aura disappeared from Yin Kuei's senses. Seeing that Mo Qingyun had disappeared into thin air, Yin Kuei's heart suddenly jumped, and a strong sense of uneasiness arose. Before Yin Kuei could calm down, a fierce aura came from behind him and instantly hit his back. Pucci! Yin Kuei was caught off guard. The immortal burning halberd directly pierced through his back and through his entire body. Following that, a terrifying flame energy blasted into his body, destroying his internal organs. Sensing the situation in his body, Yin Kuei's eyes widened, and he looked at his chest with a bitter expression. Looking at his pierced chest, Yin Kuei found it hard to accept for a long time. He turned his head with difficulty and looked at Mo Qingyun. Sword light. When Yin Kuei turned his head to look at Mo Qingyun, a sharp green sword light shot out from Mo Qingyun's right eye. The sword light was extremely fast. With a thunderous momentum, it instantly exploded Yin Kuei's head. Under Mo Qingyun's attack, Yin Kuei's soul didn't even have time to escape. It was directly scattered by the sword light. Phew, it's finally over. After killing Yin Kuei, Mo Qingyun couldn't help but relax and take a deep breath. Chapter 1358. After Mo Qingyun killed Yin Shua, he kept Yin Shua's body and walked towards the stalwart man. There was no sign of life on the stalwart man. From the looks of the man, he should be the owner of Deva I Mansion, Lord Deva I. Buzz. A faint gray light suddenly flew out from Lord Deva I's body and turned into a middle-aged shadow. Seeing such a scene, Mo Qingyun's expression immediately changed, and he instinctively raised his guard. The owner of Deva I Mansion was stronger than the Golden Immortal Realm when he was alive. In front of such an expert, Mo Qingyun did not dare to be careless, even if the other party was dead. Little guy, you don't have to be afraid. I am the remnant consciousness of Lord Deva I. Seeing Mo Qingyun's vigilance, the middle-aged shadow waved his hand with a smile, indicating that Mo Qingyun did not need to panic. He explained, "My existence is to help the younger generation to accept the inheritance of the owner." Hearing the other party's words, Mo Qingyun's vigilance against it immediately weakened. Seeing that Mo Qingyun's vigilance had decreased, the middle-aged shadow smiled with satisfaction. He pointed at Lord Deva I's body and said, "Little guy, the owner sealed all his essence blood in his eyes. As long as you refine the blood meridians in his eyes, you will be able to receive his inheritance." After the middle-aged shadow finished his words, he formed a hand seal and pointed at Lord Deva I's eyes. Following that, a powerful aura that shook the heavens and earth erupted from divine Lord Heavenly Eye's eyes. What a powerful blood meridians! Sensing the blood meridians in Lord Deva I's eyes, Mo Qingyun's expression changed, and he was shocked. He did not expect Lord Deva I's blood meridians to be so powerful, even though he had been dead for so long. Looking at the shocked Mo Qingyun, the middle-aged shadow who was floating in the air urged Mo Qingyun, "Little guy, the owner's blood meridians will be quickly depleted when the seal is undone. You have to refine it as soon as possible. Otherwise, you will not be able to receive the complete inheritance." Okay, Mo Qingyun nodded in response. He did not want to think too much and immediately refined Lord Deva I's eyes. However, when Mo Qingyun started refining Lord Deva I's eyes, a terrifying and eerie soul fluctuation suddenly appeared in Lord Deva I's eyes. Seeing this, Mo Qingyun's expression changed drastically, and he hurriedly retreated. "Little guy, you can't escape." Although Mo was quick, the other party's actions was faster. Without waiting for Mo Qingyun to retreat, a black soul figure rushed into his mind domineeringly. Soon, a surprised voice appeared in Mo Qingyun's mind. "Heavenly Soul, Demon, Clan Blood Meridians. I did not expect this little guy to have such talent. With his body, I will definitely surpass Lord Deva I in the future." Oh no! Hearing the voice in his mind, Mo Qingyun's expression changed, and he felt a strong sense of uneasiness. Immediately, the primordial spirit in his sea of consciousness began to scan Mo Qingyun's mind. Soon, a black fog-like figure appeared in the eyes of Mo Qingyun's primordial spirit. "Where are you?" Mo Qingyun questioned coldly as he looked at the black mist-like figure before him. Primordial spirit? Seeing the little guy in Mo Qingyun's sea of consciousness, the black fog-like figure was surprised. "I did not expect a Heaven Realm Junior to be able to condense a primordial spirit. This is really surprising." "Sir, could he be the owner of Deva I Mansion, Lord Deva I?" Hearing the other party's words, Mo Qingyun could not help but quickly guess its identity. However, Mo Qingyun quickly rejected the idea that the other party was Lord Deva I. Although Mo Qingyun did not understand Lord Deva I, he was certain that if Lord Deva I wanted to take over his body, he would not have to go through so much trouble. If he was not wrong, the fog-like figure should be a thought of Lord Deva I. Guessing the other party's origin, Mo Qingyun's primordial spirit curled his lips and said with a contemptuous expression, "You're just a tiny thought. How dare you call yourself divine, Lord Heavenly I? You're really shameless. You can actually see through me. I have a whole new level of respect for you." Seeing that Mo Qingyun had seen through his origin, the fog-like figure was surprised again. He thought more highly of Mo Qingyun and sneered, "Kid, I see that you are a promising person. Now let's make a deal. If you are willing, I will spare your life. How about that?" "What deal?" Mo Qingyun's primordial spirit smiled faintly. He crossed his arms in front of his chest and sized up the other party with an indifferent expression. Mo Qingyun wanted to see what the other party was up to. At the same time, he wanted to buy some time and see through the other party's depths. If it did not work, he could only ask the God Shooter Bao to take action and use his last chance to ask for help. Seeing that Mo Qingyun had asked, the fog-like figure smiled satisfactorily and said to Mo Qingyun, "Kid, you must know my identity when I was alive. As long as you give your body to me, I will not kill you today. Furthermore, I promise to help you take over my body in the future. How about that?" "Sound good." Mo Qingyun's primordial spirit touched his chin and looked like he was thinking. Seeing Mo Qingyun's primordial spirit's action, the fog-like figure immediately looked happy. He thought that Mo Qingyun was interested. Immediately, the misty figure impatiently tried to persuade Mo Qingyun again. "Little fellow, if you help this divine lord be reborn successfully, you will be this divine lord's benefactor. In the future, this divine lord will treat you well. Bastard, don't hurt me." Just as Mo Qingyun was thinking, a golden light suddenly flashed and rushed into his mind. Then, the golden light turned into a shadow that was exactly the same as the fog-like figure. It seemed that it was also the remnant thought of God Tianmu. "Kid, don't agree with the evil thought of Tianmu." The golden figure came to Mo Qingyun's mind and warned Mo Qingyun's primordial spirit. "Once it takes over your body, it will destroy your primordial spirit and inherit the master's legacy. From then on, it will be free to wreak havoc in the world. Remnant thought of Tianmu, if you continue to talk nonsense, do you believe that I will kill you immediately?" Seeing that the remnant thought of Tianmu was about to ruin his plan, the evil thought of Tianmu looked ferocious and shouted angrily at the remnant thought of Tianmu. Facing the angry shout of the evil thought of Tianmu, the remnant thought of Tianmu looked indifferent and replied without showing any weakness, "Evil thought of Tianmu, you are just a wisp of the master's evil thought. I will never allow you to replace the master and use the master's name to stir up trouble." Remnant thought, evil thought. Looking at the two shadows in front of him, Mo Qingyun's primordial spirit smiled faintly. Chapter 1359. Courting Death. Seeing the remnant thought's performance, the evil thought shouted angrily and attacked the remnant thought. Soul Prison. Black soul chains shot out from the evil eyes of the sky eyes, trying to trap the sky eyes of remnant will. Soul Prison. Facing the evil thought's attack, the remnant thought was not to be outdone and fought back without flinching. After a while, the soul chains collided with each other and created a soul storm. Devouring Gate. Looking at the soul storm in his mind, Mo Qingyun did not dare to be careless and quickly displayed the Devouring Gate. Soon, a black vortex light gate appeared above the soul storm and emitted an amazing devouring power. Under the devouring power, the soul storm in Mo Qingyun's mind was quickly sucked clean. What kind of skill is this? Seeing the devouring gate devouring the soul storm, Evildoer Sky eyes revealed a shocked expression, and a trace of panic appeared on his face. It could clearly feel that under the absorption of the devouring gate, its soul power was weakening bit by bit. Seeing the fear on Evil Thought's face, Remnant Thought immediately became happy. He looked at Evil Thought and laughed. Evil Thought, with this little guy's means, just wait for your soul power to be sucked dry. No, I'm Divine Emperor Sky-Eye. I won't be sucked clean. Hearing the Tenmu Remnant Thought's words, the evildoer Thought's expression became even more horrified. He turned his head and looked coldly at Mo Qingyun. Brat, since you're so eager to die, I can't let you live. Disheartened, a dim light flashed in the Evil Thought's eyes, and a dark and cold soul power instantly enveloped Mo Qingyun's primordial spirit. Being enveloped by the soul power, miserable and desperate scenes began to appear in front of Mo Qingyun's eyes. His family was killed, his friends betrayed him, his lover was humiliated, he was forced into a desperate situation by his enemies, and so on. Looking at the scenes in front of him, a feeling of despair immediately grew in his heart. At this moment, Mo Qingyun could not help but feel that his existence in this world was completely redundant. While Mo Qingyun was feeling down, the martial spirit of the Gate of Light vibrated and emitted a mysterious force. Under the effect of this mysterious power, Mo Qingyun quickly regained consciousness, and clarity appeared in his eyes. You're actually fine. Seeing Mo Qingyun's consciousness recover, Evil Mind Sky, I was shocked. He couldn't believe this was real. Although he was not Divine Lord Heavenly Eye, he was born because of Divine Lord Heavenly Eye. He had many of Divine Lord Heavenly Eye's means. He had never imagined that his soul energy at the true immortal stage would be unable to wipe out the consciousness of a junior at the heavenly immortal stage. Damn you. As Mo Qingyun regained his consciousness, the expression of his primordial spirit in his sea of consciousness instantly turned gloomy. This heavenly evil spirit actually used this kind of method to deal with him. It was truly unforgivable. Mo Qingyun's primordial spirit roared and attacked the heavenly evil will. The sealed door. Soon, a small gate of light blasted towards the heavenly evil will. Then, the heavenly evil will was hit by the sealed door, and his aura was rapidly weakened. In the blink of an eye, the heavenly evil will's aura fell from the true immortal stage to the immortal infant stage. Seeing the heavenly evil will's aura weaken, the smile on the remnant will's face immediately became wider. Heavenly evil will, now that your soul realm is lower than mine, I will join forces with this little guy to kill you here. You, hearing the words of the remnant will, the heavenly evil will's face twitched and his eyes revealed a strong sense of fear. Little guy, I will go and entangle this guy. Later, you will attack and kill us together. Seeing that the heavenly evil will's strength was weakened, the remnant will did not want to waste any more time. He moved his body and pounced on the heavenly evil will. Senior, hearing the words of the remnant will, Mo Qingyun was shocked. He was surprised by the remnant will's decision. This remnant will actually intended to perish together with the heavenly evil will. My task is to find an ordinary inheritor for my master. Now that you have appeared, I can dissipate in peace. The remnant will smiled faintly and explained to Mo Qingyun briefly. He then said, My master has died. There is no point for me to stay. Moreover, before I dissipate, if I can remove the heavenly evil will, I will die without regrets. Hearing the words of the remnant will, Mo Qingyun couldn't help but be silent. He had some admiration for him in his heart. Mo Qingyun could see that the remnant will and the heavenly evil will were the same. They had developed their own consciousness. In this way, the actions of the Heaven Eye remnant could be considered as sacrificing itself for him. Good. Understanding the remnant will's good intentions, Mo Qingyun no longer refused. He nodded and agreed to his request. Seeing Mo Qingyun accept a suggestion, the remnant will smiled with satisfaction and said, The heavenly evil will and I are both formed by soul force. Later, when the heavenly evil will and I dissipate, you can refine us. In this way, It should be able to improve your soul cultivation a lot. This can be considered as part of the inheritance. Senior, thank you. Hearing the words of the remnant will, the corners of Mo Qingyun's eyes were a little moist. He was moved in his heart. Although the remnant will was only a wisp of remnant will, it was now no different from an immortal Tao senior in Mo Qingyun's heart. When Mo Qingyun was feeling emotional, the remnant will and the heavenly I evil will were entangled together. They urged Mo Qingyun, little guy, immediately use the devouring light gate to devour the two of us. Okay. Hearing the words of the remnant will, Mo Qingyun gritted his teeth and immediately urged the devouring gate to suck in the remnant will and the heavenly I evil will. Soon, a terrifying devouring force was emitted from the devouring gate, enveloping the remnant will and the heavenly I evil will. No, don't. Under the absorption of the devouring gate, the heavenly I evil will showed a frightened expression and screamed loudly. Due to the remnant will's entanglement, it could not do anything except scream in panic. After a while, the remnant will and the heavenly I evil will entered the devouring gate together. Little guy, the master's inheritance item is in the secret compartment under him. The heaven I remnant will enter the gate of devouring and instructed Mo Qingyun. Then, the remnant will and the heavenly I evil will were converted into pure soul force by the devouring gate. Not long after, a majestic and pure soul force was channeled into Mo Qingyun's knowledge sea by the devouring gate. Sensing the soul force in his knowledge sea, Mo Qingyun could not help but be overjoyed. He said excitedly, "When I refine this soul force, my soul cultivation realm should reach the level of a true immortal." Chapter 1360. Walking to the front of God, Lord Deva I's seat, Mo Qingyun opened the secret compartment under his seat and saw what the Deva I remnant thought had said. In the secret compartment, there were a total of 2 items. One was an imprint with an eyeball, and the other was a blood essence that emitted a strong blood aura. Inheritance imprint and bloodline crystal. This should be God, Lord Deva I's inheritance. Looking at the 2 items in front of him, Mo Qingyun held them in his hands and observed them carefully. After observing the inheritance imprint and bloodline crystal for a while, Mo Qingyun put them away. He did not immediately refine them. Mo Qingyun kept the inheritance items, and his gaze fell on God, Lord Deva I's body. He revealed a hesitant expression. Although God, Lord Deva I's body has no vitality, his body is still extremely strong. Maybe I can refine his body into an incarnation. The moment this thought appeared in Mo Qingyun's mind, he immediately made a decision to take God, Lord Deva I's body away. Then, Mo Qingyun sent God, Lord Deva I's body into the 5-directional small pagoda. After doing all this, Mo Qingyun searched the room carefully again. It was a pity that there were no other treasures in God, Lord Deva I's room. Since I have obtained the inheritance, I should leave God I mansion. Seeing that there were no other gains, Mo Qingyun walked out and prepared to refine the inheritance imprint and bloodline crystal. Mo Qingyun's journey to leave the Eyeball Palace was undoubtedly much smoother. He quickly arrived at the exit. Of course, Mo Qingyun also came across some trouble during this period of time. However, he easily resolved them. A few hours later, Mo Qingyun's figure flashed, and he came out of the Eyeball Palace. He saw the 7th prince and the rest who were guarding outside. Seeing Mo Qingyun come out of the Eyeball Palace, the 7th prince and the rest's expression changed, and they revealed a sinister smile. Mo Qingyun finally came out. Soon, the 7th prince ordered the people around him to surround Mo Qingyun. They were surrounded. Seeing that he was surrounded, Mo Qingyun frowned. A cold smile appeared on his lips as he said, "7th prince, you really think highly of me. To think that you have been guarding me all this time." Although the appearance of the 7th prince and the others was unexpected, Mo Qingyun did not show any fear. He faced the 7th prince calmly. After he killed Yin Kuei and the others, he summoned the souls of Yin Kuei and the others, summoning several true immortal realm ghosts. With these true immortal ghosts by his side, the seventh prince might have to think twice before dealing with Mo Qingyun. You want to fight with this prince? You're still too inexperienced. Seeing that Mo Qingyun was surrounded, the seventh prince sneered coldly, as if victory was within his grasp. He said, Mo Qingyun, right? Seeing that you are a talent, as long as you hand over all the things you obtain from the Eyeball Palace to me, then become my dog, I can spare your life. You really want the inheritance of the heavenly Eye Manor? Hearing the seventh prince's words, Mo Qingyun smiled mockingly. He took out the inheritance mark and bloodline crystal and said, These are the inheritance items of the heavenly Eye Manor. If you want them, come and take them. Inheritance mark, bloodline crystal. Seeing the two items in Mo Qingyun's hands, everyone was shocked. Greed appeared on their faces. Mo Qingyun had obtained the inheritance of the heavenly Eye Manor. Very good. The seventh prince smiled proudly. He did not hide the greed in his heart. He said excitedly, Mo Qingyun, since you brought the inheritance out for me, I can give you a quick death. Blood River, Celestial Realm. After the seventh prince finished speaking, he did not say anything more to Mo Qingyun. He directly attacked Mo Qingyun. Soon, rivers of blood appeared around Mo Qingyun's body like a waterfall. Not long after, these waterfall-like blood rivers were like an inescapable net, firmly trapping Mo Qingyun. After the rivers of blood appeared, the seventh prince's subordinates were all blocked outside of the rivers of blood. It seemed that the seventh prince did not trust his subordinates. He was worried that they would take advantage of the chaos to steal the inheritance. Seeing that his escape route was blocked, Mo Qingyun did not panic. He still looked indifferent. Seventh prince, are you planning to deal with me alone? It seems that you are quite confident in yourself. Humph, it is enough to deal with you. The seventh prince snorted coldly. He released the aura of a lesser, true immortal without holding back. When the seventh prince released the aura of a lesser, true immortal, his body started to liquefy and turn into a blood-like human figure. Immediately after, Mo Qingyun saw the seventh prince's body wriggling towards him at an extremely fast speed. Divine Earth War Shield. Inferno Shield. Facing the seventh prince's actions, Mo Qingyun did not dare to hesitate. He quickly used the Divine Earth War Shield to block the attack. While blocking the seventh prince's body, Mo Qingyun also used the Raging Flame Shield to increase his defensive power. Soon, a huge Inferno Shield appeared around Mo Qingyun. In front, facing the obstruction of the Divine Earth War Shield, the seventh prince's body changed shape a few times and easily went around the Divine Earth War Shield. After going around the Divine Earth War Shield, the seventh prince's attack power did not decrease. He continued to close in on Mo Qingyun. Not long after, the seventh prince arrived in front of him and wrapped the Raging Flame Shield around him. Chi. The seventh prince wrapped the Inferno Shield around him. Under the burning of the Inferno Shield, a bloody mist appeared on his body. Even so, the seventh prince did not retreat. He continued to pressure the Inferno Shield. Under the constant pressure of the seventh prince, the Inferno Shield started to change shape and shrink. It seemed like it would collapse at any time. Mo Qingyun, you'd better obediently accept your death. Seeing the Inferno Shield shrinking, the seventh prince's proud voice entered Mo Qingyun's ears. Wait until this prince breaks your shield. This prince will suck your blood dry and turn you into a dried corpse. Suck my blood dry? Mo Qingyun's eyes suddenly lit up when he heard this, and a strand of a cold smile appeared on the corners of his mouth. He said, Seventh Prince, you've reminded me of something. If that's the case, then let's see exactly who will suck the other dry. Mo Zai, come out. As soon as Mo Qingyun finished speaking, he summoned Mo Zai and let her devour the seventh prince's blood essence. Under normal circumstances, it would not be easy for Mo Zai to absorb the seventh prince's blood essence. However, it was different now. Devouring Gate. In order to increase Mo Zai's devouring power, Mo Qingyun even used the Devouring Gate to help her devour the seventh prince's blood. Very quickly, the seventh prince's body, which had turned into a pool of blood, was extracted. Devouring power, how can this be? Seeing that his body was being devoured, the seventh prince cried out in alarm. He appeared to be in panic. Then, the seventh prince quickly retreated. He did not dare to continue wrapping the inferno shield around him. He knew very well that if he did not retreat, his blood essence would really be sucked dry. You escaped quickly. Chapter 1361. When Mo Qingyun saw that the seventh prince had escaped, he did not continue to pursue him. Instead, he sent Mo Zai into the five-directional pagoda. After the seventh prince retreated, he reverted to his original form. His face was pale. It seemed that Mo Zai's devouring had caused him quite a bit of damage. Mo Qingyun, you forced me to do this. After losing to Mo Qingyun, the seventh prince's expression was hideous as he pointed at the blood river around him. Then, the surrounding blood gradually dissipated, revealing the figures of the seventh prince and Mo Qingyun. The seventh prince was injured. When everyone saw the state of the seventh prince and Mo Qingyun, they were all shocked. They thought their eyes were playing tricks on them. Even with the seventh prince's powerful strength, he was still injured by Mo Qingyun. The seventh prince didn't pay too much attention to the shocked gazes of the surrounding people. His expression was gloomy as he coldly said, "This prince now announces that whoever kills Mo Qingyun will owe him a favor." A favor from the seventh prince. Hearing the seventh prince's words, everyone's expression changed. They looked as if they were tempted. The Blood River tribe was a powerful tribe on the 10,000 Archean tribe list. The seventh prince was a member of the royal family of the Blood River tribe. A favor from him was very valuable. Although Mo Qingyun is very powerful, with the strength of all of us, it is not too difficult to deal with him. That's right. With so many of us attacking together, we can drown Mo Qingyun with just a mouthful of saliva. If we can make the seventh prince owe us a favor, it will be a strong guarantee in the three immortal domains in the future. After pondering for a while, everyone came to a decision. They planned to attack together and kill Mo Qingyun. Then, these people rushed toward Mo Qingyun like moths to a flame without any regard for their own safety. The seventh prince sneered when he saw their actions. He said, "Mo Qingyun, you actually dared to injure me. I'll have them tear you apart right now." Seeing Mo Qingyun being besieged by thousands of people, the seventh prince felt his heart tremble. Among these people, the weakest was at the immortal core stage. Their combined attack was terrifying. The seventh prince asked himself honestly, even with his current strength, he was unable to withstand the joint attack of everyone. "All of you come out." Facing the attacks of so many people, Mo Qingyun naturally did not dare to fight alone. He quickly summoned the ghosts formed from the souls of Yin, Cheng, and the others. Then, several auras of true immortals appeared beside Mo Qingyun. Then, the ghosts formed by the souls of Mo Yin Xin and the others blocked the attacks for Mo Qingyun. During this process, Mo Qingyun's body rapidly retreated, avoiding the joint attack of everyone. Bang, bang, bang. A series of thunderous booms resounded in the air. Not long after the loud noise was heard, a storm that was strong enough to make the big star-level masters change their expressions rapidly formed in midair. Bang, bang, bang. Faced with the impact of this terrifying spiritual energy storm, some of the people who bore the brunt of it were instantly sent flying. Before long, the people who had been attacking Mo Qingyun were sent flying back like flowers scattered by a celestial maiden. Looking at the people who were sent flying back, the seventh prince's pupils shrank. He felt a lingering fear in his heart. If he were to face this spiritual energy storm, the result would not be any better. At this moment, while the seventh prince was still in shock, he saw the ghosts beside Mo Qingyun. The auras of these ghosts were all at the true immortal realm. It seemed that they had blocked the joint attack of everyone. Yin, Cheng, Peng Li, Zheng. Of course, what shocked the seventh prince the most was the appearance of these ghosts. The seventh prince could not understand why these ghosts looked exactly the same as Yin Sheng and the others. Under the seventh prince's gaze, the ghosts beside Mo Qingyun began to fade bit by bit until they completely disappeared. From the looks of it, blocking the attack of everyone just now had already exceeded their limits. From this, it could be seen how terrifying the joint attack of everyone just now was. If it was an ordinary true immortal realm cultivator with a lesser star realm cultivation, they would have been blasted into smithereens. The corners of Mo Qingyun's mouth curled up slightly when he saw that everyone's attacks had been blocked. He looked at the seventh prince with a mocking gaze and said, "Now, it seems that you are out of moves. Then it's my turn. Blood Chi Berserk, God of War, Transformation." After Mo Qingyun finished speaking, he did not hesitate and immediately used two great mystiques. Then, Mo Qingyun's aura reached the immortal infant realm in the blink of an eye. Demonic Traceless Shadow. Seeing that his battle strength had increased, Mo Qingyun's figure flashed and charged toward the seventh prince. Mo Qingyun's speed was extremely fast. In the blink of an eye, he arrived in front of the seventh prince. Golden Snake Flashing Halberd. After arriving in front of the seventh prince, Mo Qingyun did not stop. He directly stabbed the seventh prince with his halberd. Mo Qingyun's halberd stabbed out, and his body disappeared. Even his aura disappeared. Blood Shadow, Transformation. Facing Mo Qingyun's attack, the seventh prince did not hesitate. His body immediately turned into a pool of blood. Then, Mo Qingyun held the immortal burning halberd and directly pierced through the seventh prince's body. As Mo Qingyun passed through the seventh prince's body slowly reformed and turned back into a human form. From the looks of it, the seventh prince did not seem to be injured by Mo Qingyun's attack. What a strange mystique. Seeing that the seventh prince was not injured, Mo Qingyun frowned slightly. He was very surprised by this result. After a short moment of surprise, Mo Qingyun revealed a wild expression and shouted, "Since a small area attack can't hurt you, I'll use a large area attack and blast your body into dust. Let's see if you'll still be fine." Mo Qingyun, do you think I won't fight back? Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, the seventh prince's expression gradually became distorted. He shouted angrily, "Now, I'll let you see the power of the star position. Wild Wave's Blood Dragon Star." As soon as the seventh prince finished speaking, he activated his star position. Then, a star position that emitted dragon aura flew out of the seventh prince's body. After this star position flew out, it emitted a terrifying bloody aura and a terrifying dragon aura. This is the Wild Wave's Blood Dragon Star of the fifth heaven. I didn't expect the seventh prince's star position to be this. Look carefully. The seventh prince's star position seems to have reached the sixth grade. Sixth grade star position. The seventh prince's talent is so strong. I'm afraid it's hard to find a match for him in the same level. Seeing the seventh prince's performance, everyone was shocked. They were in awe of the seventh prince. However, Mo Qingyun's current mood was the exact opposite of everyone else's. Seeing that the seventh prince had activated his star position and intended to use the power of the star position to fight, Mo Qingyun's lips curled up slightly. He said loudly, "Seventh prince, you're not the only one who has a star position." Chapter 1362. Star Position. Mo Qingyun also has a star position. Looking at the star position above Mo Qingyun, everyone was stunned. They were shocked by this scene. As everyone knew, only when one's cultivation reached the true immortal realm, one could condense a star position and become an expert of the minor star position realm. Mo Qingyun was an immortal dew stage expert, but now he actually condensed a star position. This was too abnormal. How is this possible? Mo Qingyun is only an immortal dew stage expert. How can he condense a star position? That is the unparalleled god of War Star of the 10th heaven. Mo Qingyun is actually compatible with the unparalleled god of War Star. The star position of the 10th heaven and above, generally only experts of the major star position can be compatible with it. How did Mo Qingyun do it? Also, from the power of incense from Mo Qingyun's star position, it seems to be stronger than the seventh prince's incense. Doesn't this mean that Mo Qingyun's star position has at least reached the 7th grade? Everyone was shocked in their hearts, stunned by Mo Qingyun's performance. Mo Qingyun's performance at this moment had subverted their previous concept of cultivation. 7th grade star position, the unparalleled god of war star of the 10th heaven. Looking at the star position above Mo Qingyun, the 7th prince's expression also trembled, and his scruples about Mo Qingyun suddenly increased. Originally, he thought that with the power of the star position, he could make up for the gap between him and Mo Qingyun. He didn't expect that Mo Qingyun also had a star position, and the level and grade of the star position were far superior to his star position. In this way, not only was he unable to make up for the gap between him and Mo Qingyun, but also made the gap bigger. Traceless Devil Shadow. After using the star position, Mo Qingyun's footsteps didn't stop, and he immediately attacked the 7th prince. Shaoza, Heavenly Spirit Finger. In action, Heaven Concealing Finger. Middle Point Killing Finger. For a moment, Mo Qingyun consecutively attacked the 7th prince with a few fingers, blasting out waves of overbearing spiritual energy. The spiritual energies burst out and turned into giant fingers with shocking power, bombarding the 7th prince. Blood River, Celestial Realm. Facing Mo Qingyun's attack, the 7th prince didn't dare to have the slightest bit of carelessness and hurriedly blocked. Then, a blood-colored waterfall formed in front of the 7th prince. Bang, bang, bang. The giant finger slammed into the waterfall, producing a series of loud noises and creating a terrifying spiritual energy storm. When this spiritual energy storm was formed, several blood-colored waterfalls were also destroyed. When the blood-colored waterfall was pierced through, the middle finger of destruction blasted onto the 7th prince's body and sent him flying. How could this be? S.I. The 7th prince's face was filled with shock and confusion. He did not understand why he was being attacked. From his point of view, Mo Qingyun's giant's heavenly spirit technique had been blocked by the bloody waterfall, and he shouldn't be attacked again. Looking at the 7th prince's performance, Mo Qingyun smiled faintly and once again attacked the 7th prince. The middle point killing finger has the power to hit a cow through a mountain. It's not easy to block it. Mo Qingyun arrived in front of the 7th prince in a few flashes and tyrannically slashed his halberd at the 7th prince. This time, Mo Qingyun didn't use the golden snake flashing halberd, but the heavenly flames halberd. Since he knew, the 7th prince had a strong immunity against small area attacks. Now that Mo Qingyun attacked again, he naturally wouldn't make the same mistake. Heavenly flames halberd. Mo Qingyun swept out his halberd, and the immortal burning halberd burst into flames like a volcanic eruption. The flames blasted out from the immortal burning halberd and turned into a huge fire dragon halberd light, bombarding the 7th prince. Blood Dragon Jade Body. In the face of Mo Qingyun's attack, the 7th prince didn't dare to turn into his blood state and could only resist Mo Qingyun's halberd attack. Soon, the 7th prince's body began to crystallize, and in the blink of an eye, it turned into a blood-red crystal, sparkling and translucent. Bang! When the 7th prince's body transformed, the fire dragon halberd light blasted his body and instantly engulfed him. Then, everyone saw a miserable figure flying out from the fire dragon halberd light. This figure was the 7th prince. Puff! The 7th prince's body flew out, and he spat out a mouthful of blood, his face turning even paler. Seeing the 7th prince's appearance, the surrounding people's expressions changed again, and they felt that this scene was somewhat unreal. All along, the 7th prince was worthy of being called the strongest person in the northern settled Void Mountain range. Now, in front of Mo Qingyun, the 7th prince did not have the slightest ability to resist. If they hadn't seen it with their own eyes, they wouldn't have believed it even if they were beaten to death. After sending the 7th prince flying with his halberd, Mo Qingyun didn't stop and continued to pursue the 7th prince. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Mo Qingyun flashed a few times and once again appeared in front of the seventh prince and stabbed his halberd at the seventh prince. Mo Qingyun's attack speed was very fast, and in the blink of an eye, the immortal burning halberd was near the seventh prince's face. Looking at the immortal burning halberd, the seventh prince's face twitched, and he revealed a strong sense of fear. He was sure that if he was hit by this halberd, he would definitely die. Mo Qingyun, you've gone too far. After a short moment of shock, the seventh prince revealed a ferocious expression and took out a golden seal. As soon as the golden mark appeared, it emitted a terrifying aura, causing everyone's expression to change. Dao. Protection Dao Seal. A golden immortal realm expert condensed his own Dao power to form a protection Dao Seal. I didn't expect the seventh prince to have such a thing on him. Mo Qingyun is in big trouble. However, for Mo Qingyun to be able to force the seventh prince to this extent, even if he dies, it will be an honor. Seeing the seventh prince take out a Dao Seal, everyone was shocked, and they couldn't help but worry for Mo Qingyun. In their opinion, the protection Dao Seal, which was comparable to a golden immortal realm expert's attack, was definitely not something Mo Qingyun could block. Protection Dao Seal? Sensing the aura of the Dao Seal in the seventh prince's hand, Mo Qingyun's heart trembled, and he knew that this wasn't something he could block. With that in mind, Mo Qingyun took out the God Shooter Bow and said anxiously, "Senior, help me neutralize the Protection Dao Seal's attack." Protection Dao Seal? Hearing Mo Qingyun's urgent words, the God Shooter Bow was slightly surprised, and he smiled faintly. "Little guy, you really know how to cause trouble. You actually provoked such a faction." The God Shooter Bow felt that someone who could use a Protection Dao Seal must be a junior from a golden immortal realm. For Mo Qingyun to provoke such a person, he was indeed somewhat bold and unafraid of death. Whoosh! A golden arrow of light shot out from the God Shooter Bow, and it quickly met the Protection Dao Seal. Then, the Protection Dao Seal and the golden arrow collided, creating a destructive force. After this force formed, everyone hurriedly retreated to avoid being swallowed by this force. Facing such a force, Mo Qingyun wanted to chase after the seventh prince, but he gave up in the end. Chapter 1363. After a while, the power dissipated and the seventh prince was gone. It seemed that he had taken the opportunity to escape when the power was raging. What a pity! Seeing that the seventh prince had taken the opportunity to escape, Mo Qingyun looked regretful and sighed unconsciously. After defeating the seventh prince, Mo Qingyun did not stay any longer and prepared to leave Heavenly Eye Mansion immediately. After a few hours, Mo Qingyun left Heavenly Eye Mansion. It seems that Captain Liu has left Heavenly Eye Mansion. On the way out, Mo Qingyun did not meet Liu Yonghu and the others. He guessed that they had left. After leaving Heavenly Eye Mansion, Mo Qingyun did not stop and began to look for a secluded place to cultivate. After walking for a few hours, Mo Qingyun came to a secluded mountain foot and entered Five Direction Small Pagoda in a flash. After entering Five Direction Small Pagoda, Mo Qingyun did not stop and went directly to the second floor of Five Direction Small Pagoda. After arriving at the second floor of Five Direction Small Pagoda, Mo Qingyun took out Heavenly Eye Divine Lord's bloodline crystal and prepared to refine it first. After taking out Heavenly Eye Divine Lord's bloodline crystal, Mo Qingyun released his immortal spiritual power and enveloped the bloodline crystal. Then, strands of pure bloodline power were extracted from the bloodline crystal. After extracting the bloodline power, Mo Qingyun began to refine it, wanting to merge it with the Heavenly Soul Demon bloodline. What Mo Qingyun didn't expect was that he would encounter a great obstruction when he was fusing the two bloodlines. How can this be? Why can't I merge the two bloodlines? Seeing that he could not merge the two bloodlines, Mo Qingyun could not help but be stunned. He did not understand. Then, Mo Qingyun began to ponder, trying to find a reason for this. After pondering for a while, Mo Qingyun's eyes lit up. He had a rough idea of the reason. Could it be that because I already possess the heavenly soul demon bloodline, I am unable to refine other bloodlines? With this guess in mind, Mo Qingyun felt that it was very likely. He could not help but feel disappointed. Could it be that the inheritance of Divine Lord Deva, is of no use at all? After thinking about this result, Mo Qingyun was a little annoyed. Wouldn't he have been happy for nothing? Wong. Just as Mo Qingyun was feeling vexed, the light gate martial spirit suddenly trembled and released a mysterious force. As soon as this wondrous power appeared, it seeped into Mo Qingyun's body and fused with his heavenly soul demon bloodline and heavenly eye bloodline. During the process of fusion, the heavenly soul demon race bloodline was the main bloodline, and the heavenly eye bloodline was the secondary bloodline. The advantages of the two bloodlines gradually merged perfectly. Fused, sensing the change in the bloodline in his body, Mo Qingyun was pleasantly surprised. He became excited. The light gate martial spirit is really amazing. It has the ability to fuse bloodlines. At this moment, Mo Qingyun could not help but be more curious about the origin of the light gate martial spirit. However, Mo Qingyun did not think too much about it. He knew that the origin of the light gate martial spirit was too mysterious. It was not something that he could figure out now. After sorting out his emotions, Mo Qingyun did not think too much about it. He focused on fusing the heavenly soul demon race bloodline and the heavenly eye bloodline. As Mo Qingyun fused the two bloodlines, the quality of the heavenly soul demon race bloodline became higher and higher. Although Mo Qingyun's heavenly soul demon race bloodline had reached the level of 10 stars, it was the limit of the heavenly soul demon race bloodline. However, Mo Qingyun was sure that the quality of his heavenly soul demon race bloodline was constantly becoming stronger. Mo Qingyun was also puzzled about this. However, he did not think too much about it. No matter what, this was a good thing for him. The bloodline crystal was the compression of the heavenly divine Lord's power. It contained a huge amount of power. Therefore, when Mo Qingyun was refining the bloodline crystal, his cultivation began to increase rapidly. The later stage of Immortal Dew, the peak of the later stage of Immortal Dew, the early stage of Immortal Elixir. At this moment, Mo Qingyun's cultivation shot up like a rocket, rising at an extremely fast speed. In the blink of an eye, half a month had passed. Under Mo Qingyun's continuous refining, the heavenly divine Lord's bloodline crystal was finally completely refined by him. After refining the heavenly divine Lord's bloodline crystal, Mo Qingyun clearly felt that the heavenly soul demon race bloodline was at least 10% stronger than before. Could it be that the strength of the heavenly soul demon race bloodline is higher than that of the 10 stars bloodline? Mo Qingyun was puzzled. He felt that this was the only explanation that seemed more reasonable. If there is a chance, it is necessary to make a trip to the heavenly soul demon race. After half a month of cultivation, Mo Qingyun's cultivation had increased from the Immortal Dew stage to the peak of the Immortal Core stage. With my current immortal power cultivation, if I cultivate in seclusion for 3 months, I should be able to advance to the Immortal Infant stage. Sensing his own cultivation, Mo Qingyun showed a satisfied smile. He was very satisfied with his cultivation speed. After a short moment of surprise, Mo Qingyun showed a regretful expression and sighed. Now the assessment of the Iron and Blood Realm Abyss is almost half over. I have to seize the time to comprehend the inheritance and go to kill the divine race. Mo Qingyun sighed in his heart. He did not hesitate and took out the heavenly divine Lord's inheritance imprint. After taking out the heavenly divine Lord's inheritance imprint, Mo Qingyun immediately released his soul power to refine and comprehend the inheritance imprint. However, just as Mo Qingyun's soul power penetrated into the inheritance imprint, he was hit by a strong soul power. Under the impact of this strong soul power, Mo Qingyun could not help but feel a buzz in his head and let out a cry of pain. Immediately, Mo Qingyun withdrew his soul power, and there was a lingering fear on his face. I did not expect that in the inheritance imprint, there's a strong soul restriction. To break through this soul restriction, I have to have a true immortal realm soul cultivation. Could it be that this inheritance imprint, I have no way to refine and comprehend it now? Mo Qingyun began to think in his heart. He wanted to find a way to deal with it, so that he could refine and comprehend the inheritance imprint immediately. After a while, Mo Qingyun's eyes suddenly brightened as he thought of a great idea. All right, if I can refine the soul energy of the Heaven Eye Remnant Will and the Heaven Eye Evil Will, my soul cultivation base should increase greatly. At that time, I can try again. Immediately, Mo Qingyun did not waste any more time and immediately started to refine the soul power in his sea of consciousness. As Mo Qingyun refined the soul power, his soul cultivation started to increase rapidly. 10 days later, the soul power in Mo Qingyun's sea of consciousness was completely refined by him. After refining the soul power in his sea of consciousness, Mo Qingyun's soul cultivation increased greatly. Just as Mo Qingyun thought, his soul cultivation had advanced to the true immortal realm. Since my soul cultivation has advanced to the true immortal realm, it is time to comprehend the inheritance imprint. Immediately, Mo Qingyun could not wait and took out the inheritance imprint again. Chapter 1364. Under Mo Qingyun's preliminary observation, the inheritance was divided into two parts. One part was the soul inheritance, and the other part was the Heaven's Eye inheritance. Perhaps he was worried that the inheritor would rush for success. Most of the contents of the two inheritances were sealed by the Heaven's Eye Emperor. Now, Mo Qingyun could only see the Thunder Soul part of the soul inheritance and the soul-locking eye part of the Heaven's Eye inheritance. Although it is only a small part, it is enough for me to comprehend for a long time. After observing the contents of the inheritance, Mo Qingyun could not help but sigh. The inheritance of a golden immortal was indeed not simple. Next, Mo Qingyun began to comprehend the two great inheritances, comprehending the Thunder Soul and Soul-Locking Eye. Thunder Soul, as the name suggested, allowed the soul power to possess the thunder attribute, increasing the attacking power of the soul power. I always thought that only spiritual power could merge with the power of the rules and doctrine. It turns out that soul power can do it too. After reading the description of the Thunder Soul, Mo Qingyun instantly had a wholehearted understanding of the cultivation of the soul. All along, Mo Qingyun's cultivation of the soul was in the state of closing the door and building a car. Other than increasing the realm of the soul, he basically did not know how to use it to make it a powerful attack. Now, with the Heaven's Eye Emperor's inheritance, Mo Qingyun's use of soul power could be said to have made great progress. From then on, when Mo Qingyun fought with others, he would have another powerful trump card. Thunder was the most domineering power in the world. Mo Qingyun wanted to merge the power of thunder doctrine into his soul. The process was naturally extremely dangerous. Puff! A mouthful of blood was spat out from Mo Qingyun's mouth. His face looked a little pale, and there was a lingering fear in his expression. So terrifying. Just a little touch, and it caused my soul to collapse by 10%. Mo Qingyun's face was filled with fear. He immediately had a clear understanding of the difficulty of cultivating the Thunder Soul inheritance. This kind of cultivation was considered a narrow escape. If he hadn't been so careful just now, the extent of his soul being destroyed would have been more than 10%. However, although the cultivation was very difficult, Mo Qingyun did not intend to give up, because only by putting in a lot of effort could he reap great rewards. The cultivation of the Thunder Soul was so difficult. Once it was successfully cultivated, its attacking power would definitely be extremely great. Next, Mo Qingyun patiently tried to cultivate the Thunder Soul again and again. Under Mo Qingyun's constant cultivation, his soul was also injured time and time again, causing his mind to feel extremely exhausted. Fortunately, Mo Qingyun possessed the Genesis bloodline of the Genesis bloodline and could heal his soul. Otherwise, when Mo Qingyun's soul was injured for the third time, he would not have been able to continue cultivating. Just like that, about 5 days passed. Mo Qingyun's hard work had finally paid off. Through the tireless cultivation of the Thunder Soul, the Thunder Soul was successful. Although it was only the beginning of his understanding of the Thunder Soul, it was still a huge improvement. He had finally taken the first step. Next, as long as I continue to accumulate the power of lightning, I will be able to multiply the power of my soul. Seeing that he had finally taken the first step, Mo Qingyun revealed a surprised smile. He was very excited. Once he had accumulated enough lightning energy, if he met the 7th prince again, he would be able to kill him easily. Since I've successfully cultivated the Thunder Soul, there won't be much progress if I continue. It's time to cultivate the soul-locking eye. Mo Qingyun thought for a while. He did not hesitate and began to cultivate the soul-locking eye of the heaven eye inheritance. The soul-locking eye, as the name suggested, used the eyes to release a soul attack to imprison and trap the opponent's soul. Mo Qingyun had some understanding of the soul-locking eye. He had even tried to use the soul prison. However, the soul prison was just a technique for the soul-locking eye. Other than that, there were many more powerful and tricky soul-locking techniques. Although Mo Qingyun had only learned the soul prison, he had some foundation in the soul-locking eye. It allowed him to cultivate more efficiently. Mo Qingyun's speed of cultivating the soul-locking eye was much faster than cultivating the Thunder Soul. Although this kind of cultivation speed could not be considered rapid progress, it could still be considered to have advanced by leaps and bounds. 5 days later, under Mo Qingyun's wholehearted cultivation, he finally mastered the soul prison. Mo Qingyun's soul prison was not only able to deal with one person, it could also deal with a large group of people. The difference between the two was like heaven and earth. Of course, the soul prison that covered a large area was not as powerful as a single-person attack. If I meet the 7th prince again, I can make him lose his combat power with just a glance. Thinking of the power of the soul prison, Mo Qingyun's lips curled up slightly. He was very satisfied with the increase in his strength. In Mo Qingyun's opinion, with his current soul strength, he was invincible under the true immortal realm. There's only a month left for the assessment in the Iron Blood Realm Abyss. It's time to complete the assessment. Mo Qingyun calculated the time. It had been almost 2 months since he came to the God's Eye Mansion. He did not dare to delay any longer. Thinking of this, Mo Qingyun's figure moved and left the 5-directional small pagoda directly. After Mo Qingyun left the 5-directional small pagoda, he did not hesitate and rushed out of the God's Eye Mansion. At this moment, when Mo Qingyun left the God's Eye Mansion, Lu Yonghu and the others were in trouble. Lu Yonghu, Cha Gong, and the others were surrounded by a group of people. 7th Prince, we don't seem to have offended you. Why are you doing this to us? Looking at the 7th Prince who led people to surround him, Lu Yonghu's face was bitter and aggrieved. He asked in confusion. Hearing Lu Yonghu's words, the 7th Prince's expression darkened. He gritted his teeth and shouted, Lu Yonghu, you still say you didn't provoke me? If you didn't take care of that Mo Qingyun and let him grow up smoothly, would it have resulted in the result of nurturing a tiger? Brother Mo? Lu Yonghu was puzzled. He did not understand the meaning of the 7th Prince's words. The 7th Prince did not explain to Lu Yonghu's confusion. He waved his hand to the people around him and said angrily, all of you, capture Lu Yonghu and the others. If they dare to resist, kill them without mercy. There's no need to show mercy. Yes. Hearing the 7th Prince's order, the people around him responded and began to attack Lu Yonghu and the others. Facing the 7th Prince and the others, although Lu Yonghu was angry, he did not dare to resist. He knew that if he did not resist, they still had a chance to live. If they dared to resist, they would not have any chance of survival. Not long after, Lu Yonghu and the others were captured and escorted to the 7th Prince. Chapter 1365. Say, Do you think Mo Qingyun will save Lu Yonghu and the others? In my opinion, the chances of Mo Qingyun appearing are not high. It's said that he doesn't have a deep relationship with Lu Yonghu and the others. Even if they do, it's unrealistic to ask him to exchange his life for Lu Yonghu and the others. On the way out of the God's Eye Manor, Mo Qingyun encountered many divine clans looking for opportunities. From their discussions, he learned about Lu Yonghu and the other situation, and some worry appeared on his face. The seventh prince has captured Captain Lu and the others. It seems that I've implicated them. Mo Qingyun immediately thought of the reason and felt somewhat apologetic toward Lu Yonghu and the others. He didn't expect that he would bring trouble to Lu Yonghu and the others so soon. Since this matter started because of me, let me end it. Mo Qingyun sighed and headed to the place where Lu Yonghu was imprisoned, ready to rescue Lu Yonghu and the others. What Mo Qingyun hated most was others capturing people around him to threaten him in order to deal with him. Since the seventh prince had captured Lu Yonghu and the others to threaten him, he naturally couldn't do nothing. The place where the seventh prince imprisoned Lu Yonghu and the others wasn't particularly far from where Mo Qingyun was now. A day later, Mo Qingyun finally arrived at the place where Lu Yonghu and the others were imprisoned at full speed. Lu Yonghu and the others were tied up by blood-red chains and hung on iron pillars. There was a huge bonfire below the iron pillars, exuding astonishing flame power. Under the burning of the flame power, Lu Yonghu and the others' lips cracked, and their faces became incomparably pale. Lu Yonghu, a day has passed. It seems that Mo Qingyun won't be coming. Looking at the weak Lu Yonghu and the others, the seventh prince revealed a sinister smile, and his eyes became even colder. It's boring to just wait like this. How about we play a game? The seventh prince glanced at Lu Yonghu and the others playfully before picking up a longbow. He looked at them with a savage expression and said, "How about this? From now on, I'll shoot an arrow at you every 2 hours. If you can last until Mo Qingyun appears, you'll be lucky. If you can't, then don't blame me." Whoosh! As soon as the seventh prince finished speaking, he drew his longbow fully and shot an arrow at Lu Yonghu. The speed of the arrow was extremely fast. It could be said that it arrived in the blink of an eye. It made a sound as it flew through the air. His gaze was like a blade. Seeing the seventh prince's action, Mo Qingyun did not have time to think. He did not hesitate to release the saber light in his eyes. As soon as the saber light appeared, it turned into a green light and shot toward the arrow. Bang! The saber light collided with the arrow and knocked it away, changing the direction of the attack. Then, the arrow shot into the chest of one of the seventh prince's subordinates, killing him instantly. Seeing this person's fate, everyone sighed. This person's luck was too bad. Who is it? Show yourself. Seeing that his arrow had been blocked, the seventh prince's expression turned ferocious as he roared at his surroundings. Under the seventh prince's roar, Mo Qingyun did not continue to hide and slowly appeared in front of everyone. Mo Qingyun, he really came. Looking at Mo Qingyun, who was standing in the air, everyone's eyes widened. They could not believe that this was real. Brother Mo. Seeing Mo Qingyun's arrival, Lu Yonghu smiled in surprise. He was deeply moved. In order to save them, Mo Qingyun actually came here. This friendship was too strong. In Lu Yonghu's opinion, Mo Qingyun's current action was tantamount to trespassing into a tiger's den. Realizing Mo Qingyun's current situation, Lu Yonghu's eyes were wet. He shook his head and said to Mo Qingyun in the air, "Brother Mo, you shouldn't have come. Leave quickly. Don't worry about our lives." "That's right. It's worth it for me, Chagong, to have a brother like you in this life." Chagong was also touched. With an attitude of facing death, he persuaded Mo Qingyun, "Mo Qingyun, leave quickly. Don't worry about us. If there's a next life, let's be brothers again. If there's a next life, let's be brothers again." After hearing Chagong's words, Lu Yonghu's face was also filled with determination. He said loudly in unison. Seeing the expressions of Lu Yonghu and the others, Mo Qingyun suddenly felt his blood boil. A sense of brotherhood was born in his heart. Immediately, Mo Qingyun's face was filled with excitement. He said boldly and unrestrainedly, "Brothers don't need a next life. Now I'll save you. Mo Qingyun, if you want to save Lu Yonghu and the others, take the initiative to cut your throat here." Seeing the actions of Lu Yonghu and the others, the seventh prince's face darkened. A strong sense of jealousy welled up in him. Born in the royal family of the Blood River tribe, he had always spent his life in intrigue. This kind of brotherhood really made him envious. "Seventh prince, I want to save them. You can't stop me." Mo Qingyun curled his lips in disdain. He glanced at the seventh prince and rushed toward Lu Yonghu and the others. Seeing Mo Qingyun's actions, the seventh prince was instantly enraged. He hurriedly shouted to the subordinates beside Lu Yonghu, "Don't just stand there. Kill Lu Yonghu and the others immediately. I want to see how Mo Qingyun will save them." "Yes." Hearing the seventh prince's order, the subordinates answered and immediately attacked Lu Yonghu and the others. Soul prison. Seeing these people's actions, Mo Qingyun's left eye flashed, and a terrifying soul force burst out. As soon as this soul force came out, it instantly blasted into the minds of the subordinates and imprisoned their souls. After their souls were imprisoned, they were all sluggish in place and did not continue to attack Lu Yonghu and the others. While they hesitated for a moment, Mo Qingyun came in front of them and swept his halberd at them. "Kill!" A golden halberd light burst out from the immortal burning halberd and swept toward the subordinates. Puff! Puff! Facing Mo Qingyun's halberd, the subordinates' bodies were instantly destroyed and fell to the ground like dumplings. After Mo Qingyun killed the subordinates, he did not stop and waved the immortal burning halberd again. Clang! Clang! Under Mo Qingyun's attack, the iron chains binding Lu Yonghu and the others were instantly cut off by Mo Qingyun. Brother Mo, in the blink of an eye, Mo Qingyun killed the guards guarding them and saved them. At this moment, Lu Yonghu and the others were all stunned. They felt that this scene was too unreal. It was too fast, so fast that they could not react. "You don't have to say anything now. I'll take you out of here first." Seeing the shocked faces of Lu Yonghu and the others, Mo Qingyun smiled faintly at them, revealing a smile that made them feel at ease. Chapter 1366. Hearing the seventh prince's words, Lu Yonghu and the others immediately tensed up. Their brows were filled with worry. The seventh prince's words were true. They had lost a lot of their strength and could only use less than 10% of their combat strength. Although Mo Qingyun's combat strength was strong, it would be very difficult for him to bring them away. "Brother Mo, why don't you leave first?" Considering the situation, Lu Yonghu looked worried and wanted to persuade Mo Qingyun to leave alone. Before Lu Yonghu could speak, Mo Qingyun interrupted him and shook his head. "Captain Lu, you don't have to worry. After I kill the seventh prince and the others, we will naturally be able to leave." Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Lu Yonghu and the others trembled. They were frightened by Mo Qingyun's idea. According to Mo Qingyun's words, he seemed to be planning to start a massacre. However, the seventh prince was an expert at the pinnacle of the minor star realm. He was only one step away from the major star realm. Facing such an expert, could Mo Qingyun still have a chance of winning? At this moment, Lu Yonghu and the others did not think that Mo Qingyun could defeat the seventh prince. Lu Yonghu and the others did not know that Mo Qingyun had defeated the seventh prince outside the Eyeball Palace. Otherwise, they wouldn't have doubted Mo Qingyun's words at all. "Kill me?" Hearing Mo Qingyun's contemptuous words, the seventh prince's face twisted. His eyes were filled with gloominess. "Mo Qingyun, last time you borrowed the souls of Yin Luo and the others to block our joint attack. I don't believe that you can block our joint attack this time. Whether I can or not, we will know once we try." Hearing the seventh prince's proud words, Mo Qingyun's face darkened slightly. A cold light flashed in his eyes. Then, a terrifyingly powerful aura was released from his eyes. Soul prison. A terrifying soul power burst out from Mo Qingyun's left eye. Then, this soul power turned into soul chains and instantly imprisoned the seventh prince's soul. How could this be? Realizing that his soul had been trapped, the seventh prince's heart was immediately filled with fear. His consciousness was wailing silently. At the same time, the seventh prince stood motionless like a stone statue. His gaze was like a blade. After imprisoning the seventh prince's soul, Mo Qingyun did not stop attacking. He released another light blade. Then, the saber light in his eyes turned into a green afterimage and shot toward the seventh prince. The seventh prince was like a wooden statue facing the attack of the eye light and the saber light. He did not react at all. Pucci. Then, the crowd saw the seventh prince's head explode from the saber light. When the seventh prince's head exploded, his soul didn't escape either. The seventh prince was dead. Under Mo Qingyun's attack, even his soul escaped and was directly blasted to smithereens. What was even more shocking was that Mo Qingyun had only used a single glance to kill the seventh prince. This kind of method was too terrifying. Seventh prince is dead. Brother Mo is too powerful. Just one glance, and he killed the seventh prince. Brother Mo has actually become so powerful. This is simply unbelievable. Seeing Mo Qingyun domineeringly kill the seventh prince, Lu Yonghu and the rest were all dazed, not daring to believe that this was real. Immediately, Lu Yonghu and the rest's gazes when looking at Mo Qingyun underwent a tremendous change. At this moment, the other people by the side also had the same feelings as Lu Yonghu and the rest, being scared silly by Mo Qingyun's performance. Regarding the surrounding people's horror, Mo Qingyun did not pay attention to it. His figure moved and charged over towards them. Since the Iron Blood Realm Abyss's mission was to kill the divine race to obtain battle merits, then killing these people was the same. More importantly, these people were in cahoots with the seventh prince and had the intention to murder Mo Qingyun. This way, why did Mo Qingyun need to be soft-hearted towards these people anymore? Soul prison. When Mo Qingyun rushed towards those people, he released the soul prison on everyone, imprisoning everyone's souls. Immediately after, the hundreds of divine race people were like the seventh prince, as if they were cast on by someone, standing on the spot and not moving at all. Kill. Imprisoning these people's souls, Mo Qingyun swept out a halberd at them, instantly smashing their heads. Bang, 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 one by one, the divine race people's heads were blown apart like watermelons, bursting out clouds of blood mist. After seeing this scene, the remaining divine race people were even more alarmed, their fear of Mo Qingyun reaching the extreme. This was simply a fiend from hell coming to claim their lives. Following that, a one-sided massacre situation appeared. It was only to see Mo Qingyun slaughtering the seventh prince's subordinates frenziedly like a reaper. In a short moment, Mo Qingyun killed over 1,000 divine race people, turning the surroundings into a land of blood. After doing all this, Mo Qingyun took out the Iron Blood token and absorbed the blood of the divine race people around him. Seeing Mo Qingyun's actions, Lu Yonghu and the others were puzzled, but they didn't ask any questions. In their opinion, Mo Qingyun must have his reasons for doing so. Of course, no matter how hard they racked their brains, they would never have guessed that Mo Qingyun was an Immortal's junior. This was because, in their eyes, the various techniques that Mo Qingyun had displayed were all innate divine abilities of the god race. More importantly, they could sense a powerful bloodline from Mo Qingyun's body. In the eyes of Lu Yonghu and the others, Mo Qingyun was an undeniably powerful divine race person. Before long, the blood of many divine race people had been collected. Mo Qingyun smiled with satisfaction. With this, the number of divine race people he'd killed broke the 1,000 mark. More importantly, there were more than 10 true immortal realm divine race people among these people. In Mo Qingyun's estimation, There weren't many people who could kill true immortal realm divine race people participating in the Iron Blood Realm Abyss assessment this time. After collecting the blood of many divine race people, Mo Qingyun released a ball of flame and burned their bodies. Of course, when Mo Qingyun burned the corpses of the divine race people, he didn't burn the corpses of the true immortals. He still wanted to leave these corpses for Mo Zai to refine and raise her cultivation. Captain Liu, let's go. After settling everything, Mo Qingyun came in front of Liu Yonghu and the others and called out to them. Hearing Mo Qingyun's call, Liu Yonghu and the others were slightly stunned. Then, they left with Mo Qingyun. Brother Mo, your eye bloodline is so powerful. Could it be that you're from a race in the top 1,000 of the 10,000 ancient races? On the way out with Mo Qingyun, Cha Zue revealed a curious expression. He was very curious about Mo Qingyun's background. That's right. I'm indeed from a race in the top 1,000 of the 10,000 ancient races. Hearing Cha Zue's words, Mo Qingyun didn't deny it. He simply replied to Cha Zue and said, I remember that when I first met you, I seem to have already told you that I'm from the Heavenly Soul Demon race. Heavenly Soul Demon race? Hearing Mo Qingyun's reply, Cha Zue and the others were stunned. Chapter 1367. Seeing that Liu Yonghu and the rest still didn't believe him, Mo Qingyun could only smile helplessly and let them think whatever they wanted. He really couldn't explain this kind of thing clearly, and he couldn't explain it clearly. This place is more secluded. Let's rest here. Mo Qingyun brought Liu Yonghu and the rest to a secluded place and gestured for them to rest here. Immediately, Liu Yonghu began to adjust his breathing and heal his injuries. Their injuries weren't light, and they needed to recover as soon as possible. Otherwise, there might be some hidden dangers that might affect their future cultivation. Seeing that Liu Yonghu and the rest were sitting cross-legged to heal their injuries, Mo Qingyun didn't disturb them and stood guard at the side. While Mo Qingyun was guarding Liu Yonghu and the rest, he didn't idle around and continued to comprehend the God's Eye inheritance's soul-locking eye. Under Mo Qingyun's constant comprehension, his understanding of the soul-locking eye became more and more thorough. Gradually, Mo Qingyun began to try out other eye techniques on the basis of the soul prison. The time that followed slowly passed just like that. In the blink of an eye, 2 days had passed. After 2 days of wholehearted healing, Liu Yonghu and the rest's injuries were much better and had basically stabilized. Brother Mo, we're fine now. Let's continue on our way. Seeing that everyone's injuries were more than half healed, Liu Yonghu didn't want to stay any longer and suggested to Mo Qingyun. All right, seeing that Liu Yonghu and the rest's injuries were stable, Mo Qingyun didn't want to stay any longer and led everyone on their way. With Mo Qingyun and the rest rushing at full speed, they left the God's Eye Manor 2 days later. Captain Liu, what do you plan to do next? Coming out of the God's Eye Manor, Mo Qingyun had a solemn expression and asked Liu Yonghu and the rest for their thoughts. Hearing Mo Qingyun's question, Liu Yonghu and the rest frowned and showed some confusion. It seemed that they hadn't figured out what to do next. Captain Liu, now that I've killed the 7th prince and the rest, I'll definitely anger many god race and may implicate you again. Mo Qingyun analyzed the situation and showed a trace of worry on his face. He suggested to Liu Yonghu and the rest, I think you guys shouldn't return to the god race's camp, immediately leave the Iron and Blood Realm Abyss, and go to the Yongnan Immortal Domain to hide. When I return to the Yongnan Immortal Domain, I'll meet you guys. Yongnan Immortal's Yongnan Domain? Hearing Mo Qingyun's arrangement, Liu Yonghu and the others were puzzled. They did not understand what Mo Qingyun was thinking. However, due to their trust in Mo Qingyun, Liu Yonghu and the others didn't ask much. They were to the seeing that Liu Yonghu and the rest accepted his suggestion. Mo Qingyun showed a satisfied smile and nodded. When you arrive at the Yongnan Immortal Domain, you can first take control of a small family as a cover to avoid attracting the attention of some immortal race. Brother Mo, Don't worry. If we just hide, we won't be in danger. Lu Yonghu chuckled, looking as if he had a card up his sleeve. Mo Qingyun was relieved and no longer worried about Lu Yonghu and the rest. Next, Mo Qingyun and the rest talked for a while. Then they separated. After separating from Lu Yonghu and the rest, Mo Qingyun returned to the Immortal Race's camp and went to meet up with Chun Qing and the rest. On the way to the Immortal Race's camp, hey, it seems to be senior brother Zhang and the rest. Looking at the 6 figures in front, Mo Qingyun was pleasantly surprised. He didn't expect to meet them here. Then, Mo Qingyun moved and chased after Zhang Hongwei and the rest. Senior brother Zhang. Mo Qingyun's figure flashed a few times and caught up with Zhang Hongwei and the rest. He greeted Zhang Hongwei loudly. Hearing Mo Qingyun's voice, Zhang Hongwei's expression immediately changed and revealed a look of surprise. He didn't expect Mo Qingyun to come back alive after not seeing him for 2 months. Junior brother Mo, it's great that you're still alive. Looking at Mo Qingyun standing in front of him, Zhang Hongwei smiled in surprise and looked at Mo Qingyun excitedly. It was obvious that he was happy for Mo Qingyun's safe return. Immortal infant stage? Sensing the change in Mo Qingyun's cultivation, Hu Run and the rest's expression changed, and they couldn't help but frown. Then, the way they looked at Mo Qingyun changed drastically. Lu Chao revealed a sinister smile. He touched his chin with his right hand and asked Mo Qingyun tentatively, Junior brother Mo, it's only been 2 months since we last met, and your cultivation base has risen to the immortal infant stage. I presume you must have had a great adventure during this time. I did have a small gain. Mo Qingyun didn't deny Lu Chao's question. He gave a perfunctory reply and said, the 3 of you were able to advance to the true immortal stage and true immortal stage minor star stage in 2 months. I'm sure your gains are greater than mine. Haha, brother Mo, you're too modest. In response to Mo Qingyun's teasing words, Jiao Shuang revealed a mischievous smile and interjected, Junior apprentice brother Mo, the 7 of us went out together to investigate, so we should share our joys and sorrows. Now that you've made a great harvest, shouldn't you share it with us? Hearing Jiao Shuangquan's words, everyone's eyes lit up except for Zhang Hongwei. Then, greed appeared on the faces of Huruan and the others, and their expressions gradually turned cold. It was obvious that they were coveting Mo Qingyun's opportunity. The corners of Mo Qingyun's mouth twitched when she saw the reaction of Husen and the others. Disdain and contempt appeared on her face as she said, If you're a whore, then don't put up a monument to your chastity. If you want the things on me, then if you have the ability, then feel free to take them. Seeing Mo Qingyun's arrogant attitude, Huruan and the others were stunned. They thought they had heard wrong. After a short moment of being stunned, Huruan grinned and said with a sinister smile, Mo Qingyun, since you insist on courting death, I'll have to fulfill your wish. Seeing the actions of Huruan and the others, Zhang Hongwei's face twitched and he looked nervous. He said angrily, Leader, Junior brother Mo is the genius disciple of the Eternal South Immortal Palace. If you dare to attack him, you'll become the enemy of the Eternal South Immortal Palace. You'd better think carefully. Hearing Zhang Hongwei's words, Huruan couldn't help but laugh. He said with a mocking expression, Zhang Hongwei, I think you're confused. If I kill all of you, who will know that it was us who killed Mo Qingyun? You. Hearing Huruan's words, Zhang Hongwei's face turned pale and despair appeared on his face. In his opinion, with his and Mo Qingyun's strength, they would definitely die if they were to face Huruan and the others. That's right. If I kill all of you, no one will know that it was me who did it. While Zhang Hongwei was in despair, Mo Qingyun looked at Huruan and the others with a faint smile, and a murderous intent appeared on his body. Chapter 1368. Huruan and the others were dumbfounded. They looked at Mo Qingyun in surprise, feeling a strong sense of confusion. Mo Qingyun was already at death's door. Yet he still dared to boast shamelessly that he would kill them all. Did Mo Qingyun have the ability to do so? The answer was, of course, impossible. No matter how powerful Mo Qingyun was, he was only at the immortal infant stage. He was like an ant in front of a genuine celestial realm expert. Moreover, not only did they have 3 genuine celestial realm experts, but one of them was a super expert at the minor star position. Aha, did I hear it wrong? Mo Qingyun said that he would kill us all. This guy must have been scared out of his wits. He spouted nonsense. No matter what, this guy is tough. We'll give him a quick death later. Husen and the rest looked at Mo Qingyun with disdain. They did not believe that Mo Qingyun had the ability to kill them. After Husen and the rest mocked Mo Qingyun, Lu Chao stepped forward and looked at Mo Qingyun with contempt. He said, Mo Qingyun, now I'll show you that a person at the immortal infant stage is just an ant in front of a genuine celestial realm expert. An ant? Mo Qingyun smiled faintly and looked at Lu Chao's pretentious act. He was not in a hurry to attack. Seeing that Mo Qingyun was still smiling faintly, Lu Chao was annoyed. He was being looked down upon by Mo Qingyun. Immediately, Lu Chao's face darkened and his expression became ferocious. He said angrily, Since you won't give up until you see the coffin, I'll show you that I only need one move to kill you. Celestial skill, bloody meteor shower. Lu Chao flew up into the air and arrived above Mo Qingyun. He quickly formed a hand seal with both hands. Then, a huge blood cloud formed above Mo Qingyun. When the blood cloud was formed, droplets of blood clouds with threatening auras began to descend from the blood cloud. The rain of blood was extremely fast, falling like meteors, arriving in an instant. This is a quasi-ancient immortal technique, bloody meteor shower. Lu Chao's true immortal stage cultivation base is definitely not something an immortal infant stage cultivator can withstand. Seeing Lu Chao's attack, Zhang Hongwei's expression instantly changed. He hurriedly reminded Mo Qingyun, junior apprentice brother Mo, quickly retreat. Lu Chao is using a quasi-ancient immortal technique, blood meteor rain. If you come into contact with the blood rain, your body will be corroded and corroded by the blood rain. Don't worry, this little trick can't hurt me. In response to Zhang Hongwei's worries, Mo Qingyun smiled faintly. He placed a hand on Zhang Hongwei's shoulder and pushed him to the side. Senior Zhang, leave everything to me. Just watch from aside. Divine Earth War Shield. Scorching Sun. After pushing Zhang Hongwei away, Mo Qingyun did not hesitate to immediately block the blood meteor shower. Although Lu Chao's attack could not hurt him, being hit by so many blood meteor showers was not a comfortable thing to do. Bang, bang, bang. The drops of blood rain landed on the Divine Earth War Shield, creating a series of crisp sounds and creating small holes in the Divine Earth War Shield. However, after the blood rain penetrated the Divine Earth War Shield and landed on the Scorching Sun Shield, it was instantly incinerated by the power of flames. Not long after, the blood clouds in the air dissipated and Lu Chao's attack ended without a cause. He actually blocked it. Seeing Lu Chao's attack fail, Huruan and the others were shocked. They were very surprised by the result. Logically speaking, with the power of Lu Chao's immortal technique, even an ordinary true immortal stage cultivator would not be able to block it easily. With Mo Qingyun's immortal infant stage cultivation base, it was impossible for him to block it. While Huruan and the others were puzzled, Mo Qingyun sneered and said, Didn't you say that you were going to defeat me in one move? How come I'm completely fine now? After being questioned by Mo Qingyun, Lu Chao could not help but be speechless. His face turned slightly red. This time, he had overdone it. He did not expect his defense to be so strong. Humph, I was just careless just now. I won't be so lucky next time. Lu Chao snorted to ease the awkwardness in his heart. He was ready to attack Mo Qingyun again. However, before Lu Chao could attack again, Mo Qingyun's face turned cold. He said coldly, Since you're done attacking, it's my turn to attack. Your turn to attack? Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Lu Chao could not help but laugh. His expression was full of disdain. He said, "Don't say that I look down on you. Even if I stand here and let you kill me, you won't be able to hurt me. Don't flatter yourself. Your tone just now is exactly the same as what you're saying now." Mo Qingyun curled his lips in disdain. He shook his head with a disdainful expression and said in a disdainful tone, "I only need one look to kill you." Ha! A burst of laughter spread. Huruin and the others laughed mockingly. They felt that Mo Qingyun was too good at bragging. Lu Chao said that he could kill him with one move. He said that he could kill Lu Chao with one look. This kid really knows how to brag. Ha! I like to see how he's going to deal with it when he can't do it. How else can he deal with it? He can't kill Lu Chao. Naturally, he'll be killed by Lu Chao. Huruin and the others looked at Mo Qingyun as if they were looking at an idiot. Soul prison. While Huruin and the others were laughing at Mo Qingyun, a shocking soul power blasted out from Mo Qingyun's left eye. When the soul power blasted out, it turned into soul chains and entered Lu Chao's mind in an instant. Then, Lu Chao's eyes became hollow, and he stood there in a daze. His soul was imprisoned by Mo Qingyun. I blade light. After using the soul prison to imprison Lu Chao's soul, Mo Qingyun's attack did not stop. He released another eye blade light at Lu Chao. A wave of domineering, immortal spiritual energy blasted out from Mo Qingyun's right eye and turned into a green blade light. When the eye blade light formed, it flashed and disappeared. In the blink of an eye, it blasted Lu Chao's head. Then, everyone saw Lu Chao's head explode like fireworks, bursting into a cloud of blood mist. Lu Chao was dead. Under Mo Qingyun's gaze, Lu Chao was really killed. Huruin and the other smiles froze when they saw this. They looked at Mo Qingyun in horror. This result was too different from what they had imagined. Looking at the dumbfounded expressions of Huruin and the others, Mo Qingyun's lips curled up slightly. He asked in return, "Now, do you still think what I said is funny?" Huruin and the others trembled when they heard Mo Qingyun's words and looked at Mo Qingyun's eyes. A bone-piercing chill instantly rose from their backs. This Mo Qingyun was so terrifying. No. His eyes contained bloodline power. He's from the God clan. After a short moment of shock, Huruin's face revealed a shocked expression. He had made a major discovery. It turned out that the #1 genius of the Eternal South Immortal Palace, Missouri Qingyun, was a spy of the God clan. Chapter 1369. Do you think that I'll give you all a chance? Towards Huruin's smug words, Mo Qingyun smiled faintly and did not show the slightest bit of worry. Previously, the 3 great immortal palace's authoritative figures had already verified his identity and confirmed that he was not a spy of the divine race. Now, even if someone said that he was of the divine race, presumably, no one would believe it too. It would only be treated as slander. Although your strength is powerful, if we want to leave, you still can't stop us. Huruin gave a cold snort, his expression instantly turning cold. He turned around and wanted to escape. Although he talked tough, really letting him exchange blows with Mo Qingyun, he still had no confidence in his heart. Because when Mo Qingyun killed Lu Chao earlier, his attack was seriously too strange. He virtually did not see clearly, and Lu Chao died without knowing why. Therefore, he also did not dare to guarantee that after he exchanged blows with Mo Qingyun, he could still escape unscathed. In addition, Huruin was still thinking about it right now. As long as he leaked out the news that Mo Qingyun was of the divine race, there would naturally be people to deal with Mo Qingyun when the time came. This way, he did not need to risk his life to have a battle with Mo Qingyun. Can you all leave? Seeing that Huruin and the rest were about to leave, Mo Qingyun's figure flashed, chasing after Huruin and the rest with extreme speed. Soul prison. When Mo Qingyun chased after Huruin and the rest, he directly cast the soul prison and carried out an attack on Jiao Xuanquan and the rest. Facing Mo Qingyun's soul attack, Jiao Xuanquan and the rest souls were instantly imprisoned by the soul prison. Following that, Jiao Shuangquan and the rest were like Lu Chao, their gazes becoming hollow, their entire being standing on the spot in a daze. Jiao Shuangquan and the rest bodies paused. Mo Qingyun caught up to them and swept out a halberd at them. Bang, bang, bang. Under Mo Qingyun's halberd sweep, Jiao Shuangquan and the rest heads were instantly blown apart by Mo Qingyun. Under Mo Qingyun's halberd, he ended Jiao Shuangquan 3 people's lives, making their souls unable to escape in time. So strong. Seeing Mo Qingyun's performance, Huruan's face instantly turned pale. He finally realized how terrifying Mo Qingyun was. In the face of Mo Qingyun's powerful attack, Jiao Shuangquan and the other 2 were slaughtered without any resistance. Whoosh! Just as Huruan's heart was filled with fear, Mo Qingyun appeared in front of him in a flash. Seeing that his way out was blocked, Huruan's face turned even paler. With a trembling expression, he pleaded, Mo Qingyun, don't kill me. As long as you don't kill me, I can tell you a secret. Speak. Mo Qingyun's tone was cold as he instructed Huruan. Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Huruan did not dare to hesitate. He hurriedly reported to Mo Qingyun, Mo Qingyun, actually, Han Rong and Li Wenle told me to kill you when I was investigating the divines, but I did not do so. Since I didn't kill you, can you spare my life? I'm afraid you don't even believe what you're saying now, right? After hearing Huruan's words, Mo Qingyun looked at him with disdain and attacked him without hesitation. Soul Prison. A strong soul power instantly gushed out from Mo Qingyun's left eye and blasted into Huruan's sea of consciousness. Facing the overbearing soul power attack, Huruan was like Lu Chao and the rest. He could not resist at all. Immediately after, Huruan's consciousness went into a trance. There was no light in his eyes. Seeing this, Mo Qingyun's hands did not stop moving. He waved the immortal burning battle halberd and stabbed towards Huruan's head. With one stab, Huruan's head exploded. Even his soul did not have a chance to escape. After killing Huruan and the rest, Mo Qingyun collected their corpses and handed them to Mo Zai to refine. After doing all this, Mo Qingyun turned back to find Zhang Hongwei and returned to the immortal camp with him. Not long after, Mo Qingyun saw Zhang Hongwei on the spot. At this moment, he was completely dumbfounded. Senior brother Zhang, it's all settled. Let's go. Mo Qingyun walked over to Zhang Hongwei and smiled faintly at him, indicating that they should return to the immortal camp together. Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Zhang Hongwei immediately quivered. He looked at Mo Qingyun in shock and said, Junior brother Mo, are you really from the divines? You said it? Mo Qingyun did not deny or admit it. He let Zhang Hongwei guess for himself. From Mo Qingyun's point of view, if Zhang Hongwei really treated him as a friend, he should not care about his background. Zhang Hongwei's expression froze when he heard Mo Qingyun's words. Then, a resolute expression appeared on his face. Regardless of whether junior brother Mo is from the God clan or the Immortal clan, you will always be my good junior brother. Thank you, senior brother. Hearing Zhang Hongwei's words, Mo Qingyun's heart trembled. He could not help but feel touched. Although Zhang Hongwei's talent was average and his cultivation was not very high, Zhang Hongwei had stood up for him many times ever since they met. Mo Qingyun was very touched by this kind of emotion. Then, Mo Qingyun secretly made up his mind. If there was a chance in the future, he would do his best to help Zhang Hongwei. Then, Mo Qingyun and Zhang Hongwei walked and chatted as they returned to the immortal camp. One day later, Mo Qingyun and Mo Qingyun finally returned to the immortal camp at full speed. Mo Qingyun's sudden return shocked everyone to the core. They could hardly believe it. In their opinion, Mo Qingyun had gone to investigate and there had been no news of him for 2 months. There was an 80 to 90% chance that he had been killed by the divines. Who would have thought that after 2 months, Mo Qingyun would actually return? This was too surprising. Knowing that Mo Qingyun had returned, Qin Xing and the rest who were resting in the camp all came out to welcome him with joyful expressions. After 2 months of continuous killing, Chun Qing and the rest were now much more mature and experienced. Their cultivation had also increased tremendously. Among them, Chun Qing, Han Yuzhen, Yuan Kong, and the rest had all advanced to the true immortal realm. As for Huang Guanjuan and the rest, although they had not entered the true immortal realm, they were not far from it. Junior brother Amo, it's great that you've returned safely. Apart from Yuan Kong, the rest of them came to Mo Qingyun with joyful and excited smiles. Looking at the people in front of him, Mo Qingyun also showed a bright smile and replied, I've made you all worry. How have you been these days? Everything is fine. Junior brother Mo, don't worry. Although Han Rong, Li Wenle, and the rest occasionally came to find trouble, they did not dare to go overboard. Now that junior brother Mo is back, Li Wenle will definitely be obedient. Chun Qing and the rest were all excited as they chattered in front of Mo Qingyun. Immortal infant stage. Seeing that Mo Qingyun had returned safely and his cultivation had increased tremendously, Yuan Kang's expression turned ugly instantly. He snorted coldly and said, Humph. So what if you return safely? There's still a month before the assessment in the Iron and Blood Realm abyss ends. You can just wait to be eliminated. Chapter 1370. This has nothing to do with you, right? Mo Qingyun chuckled. He stood up and exchanged glances with Yuan Kong. Seeing Mo Qingyun's attitude, Yuan Kong did not argue with Mo Qingyun. He turned around and walked into his tent. Before entering the tent, Yuan Kong smiled coldly and said to Mo Qingyun, If Han Rong and Li Wenle know that you are back, they will not let you go. You should think about how to deal with them. As Yuan Kong finished speaking, he walked into the tent and left Mo Qingyun with an arrogant back view. Seeing Yuan Kong walk into the tent, Mo Qingyun retracted his gaze and pondered. Although Yuan Kang's words were unpleasant to the ears, what he said was the truth. With Han Rong and Li Wenle's thoughts, if they knew that Mo Qingyun was back, they would not be content. Therefore, it was necessary for Mo Qingyun to take precautions in advance. As the saying goes, one should not have the intention to harm others, but one should always be on guard against others. Who could guarantee that Li Wenle and the others wouldn't play any tricks again? Junior brother Mo, although Yuan Kang's words are unpleasant, they are the truth. You should be on guard against Han Rong and the others. Recalling Yuan Kang's words, Chun Qing and the others were worried. They quickly reminded Mo Qingyun. I know. Mo Qingyun nodded as a trace of vigilance rose in his heart. Oh my, isn't this Mo Qingyun? You actually came back alive. While Mo Qingyun and the others were talking, a mocking and disdainful voice came from not far away. Following the voice, Mo Qingyun saw a few annoying figures. They were Li Wenle, Han Rong, and the others. I came back to see if you were still alive. Seeing Li Wenle and the others slowly approaching, Mo Qingyun smiled faintly and replied to Li Wenle. Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Li Wenle was furious and his expression became ferocious. Just as Li Wenle was about to get angry, the tanned, middle-aged man beside him, Han Rong, immediately raised his hand to stop him. Seeing Han Rong's action, Li Wenle suppressed his anger and glared at Mo Qingyun without saying a word. Han Rong's face darkened as he stopped Li Wenle from getting angry. He shouted, Mo Qingyun, I ordered you to investigate the whereabouts of the God tribe. Obediently, and the others, immediately, following that, they sneered and walked toward Mo Qingyun. Punish me? The corners of Mo Qingyun's mouth curled up slightly when he saw their actions. He said with disdain, Han Rong, I am a disciple participating in the Three Realms Immortal Gatherings assessment. I'm not part of your military camp. You have no right to punish me. Get lost. As soon as Mo Qingyun finished speaking, he slammed his palm forward, sending the people who had captured him flying. Seeing this, the people from the various major forces were shocked. They were shocked by Mo Qingyun's actions. Was Mo Qingyun going to fight Han Rong head-on? At this moment, this thought appeared in the minds of the juniors of the various major forces. Junior Brother Mo is indeed Junior Brother Mo. His domineering aura is not something an ordinary person can compare to. This Mo Qingyun is good. When he did something that I didn't dare to do, I supported him. No matter what the outcome is, I will support Mo Qingyun until the end. Seeing Mo Qingyun's actions, everyone was impressed and respected Mo Qingyun even more. Han Rong's eyes bulged when she saw Mo Qingyun send her subordinates flying. Her face darkened, and she said angrily, Mo Qingyun, are you trying to rebel? Do you know what you're doing now? So what if I'm rebelling? If you want to punish me, just do it. Facing Han Rong's oppressive aura, Mo Qingyun showed an unyielding expression and went head-to-head with Han Rong. Seeing Mo Qingyun's actions, Li Wenle sneered and hurriedly cupped his hands to Han Rong. Captain Han, this Mo Qingyun has offended his superiors. I am willing to take him down. Okay. Seeing Li Wenle's request, Han Rong nodded and agreed to Li Wenle's request. Seeing that Han Rong agreed to his request, Li Wenle sneered and walked slowly to Mo Qingyun. Mo Qingyun, I have heard that you are the #1 genius of the Eternal South Immortal Palace. Today, I am here to learn from you. As soon as Li Wenle finished speaking, he released the aura of a perfected immortal and pressed down on Mo Qingyun. The peak of the star position. Li Wenle's cultivation has broken through again. Not just the peak of the star position, Li Wenle has started to condense the star position. Junior Brother Mo is only at the immortal infant stage. He is no match for Li Wenle. This is going to be troublesome. We can't let Mo Qingyun and Li Wenle fight. Otherwise, Junior Brother Mo will be at a disadvantage. Sensing Li Wenle's aura, Chen Qing and the others were worried. They wanted to stop Mo Qingyun and Li Wenle from fighting. Chen Qing's face was tense. He rushed to Mo Qingyun and scolded Li Wenle. Li Wenle, if you want to fight, let me spar with you. That's right. With your cultivation at the peak of the star position of the true immortal realm, how can you fight with someone at the immortal infant stage? Miao Ruo said with dissatisfaction. Han Rong and the others had expected this from Chun Qing and the others. Oof. Seeing that Chun Qing and the others had stepped forward to stop them, Han Rong shouted angrily and said coldly, Chun Qing, what are you trying to do? Could it be that you want to be like Mo Qingyun, rebelling against your superiors and plotting a rebellion? Hearing Han Rong's words, Chun Qing and the others were enraged. They wanted to argue with Han Rong. However, before Chen Qing and the others could say anything, Mo Qingyun interrupted them and said with a smile, Senior brothers and senior sisters, don't worry. I'll take care of Li Wenle with just one look. Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Chen Qing and the others were stunned. They did not expect Mo Qingyun to be so arrogant. However, they did not say anything and retreated to the side. In their opinion, Mo Qingyun must have said this because he was confident in defeating Li Wenle. As for his tone, it was obvious that he was disdainful of Li Wenle and wanted to take him down a notch. Take care of me with just one look? Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Li Wenle was furious. His face twitched as he said angrily, Mo Qingyun, I'd like to see how you're going to take care of me with just one look. As soon as Li Wenle finished speaking, his figure flashed, and he charged towards Mo Qingyun. Soon, a dim outline of a star appeared in the sky above Li Wenle. It was the embryonic form of a star position. Seeing the embryonic form of a star position above Li Wenle, everyone's expression changed. They were wary of Li Wenle. Chapter 1371. Star Position. Li Wenle has condensed a star position. Although it's just a fledgling star position, if Li Wenle is given enough time, he will be able to condense a complete star position. Even if it's just a fledgling star position, Li Wenle's strength will increase by 50% with the support of the star position. If that's the case, Mo Qingyun will be in trouble. I'm afraid he won't be a match for Li Wenle. Everyone looked worried. They felt that Mo Qingyun would most likely be defeated in the fight between Li Wenle and himself. While everyone looked worried, Mo Qingyun had an indifferent look on his face. He smiled contemptuously and said, "Star position, it seems that you've improved a lot in this period of time." Mo Qingyun smiled as he muttered to himself. A cold light flashed in his left eye, and a terrifying soul power burst out. When this soul power shot out, it transformed into soul chains with traces of lightning arcs circling around them. Then, everyone saw the soul chains enter Li Wenle's mind in the blink of an eye. After being hit by the soul chains, Li Wenle's soul was immediately injured and he cried out in pain. Now, that Mo Qingyun was in the soul prison. He had integrated the power of lightning into it, and its power had increased by a lot. Therefore, Li Wenle was injured badly when he was hit by the soul prison. Li Wenle let out a blood-curdling scream as his soul was imprisoned. His entire being instantly froze on the spot. "Senior Brother Li, what happened to you?" "Junior Brother Li, are you okay?" Looking at Li Wenle, who was like a stone statue, Han Rong and the rest were shocked and asked about his condition. Puff! When Han Rong and the rest were asking Li Wenle's face suddenly turned red, and he spat out a mouthful of blood. When Li Wenle spat out blood, his soul broke free from the soul prison. He looked at Mo Qingyun with a pale face and said in fear, Soul attack. Your soul realm has reached the true immortal realm?" "What? Mo Qingyun's soul realm has reached the true immortal realm?" Hearing Li Wenle's words, everyone was shocked. They were frightened by Li Wenle's words. It was common knowledge that soul cultivation was the hardest to raise. Under normal circumstances, increasing one's soul cultivation was at least 100 times more difficult than increasing one's immortal cultivation. As a result, 99% of the cultivator's soul cultivation was much lower than that of the immortal Tao. Mo Qingyun ignored Li Wenle's words. Instead, he pondered and murmured to himself. Merging the power of thunder into the soul-type prison has increased its offensive power, but it's made it unstable. It's very easy for it to collapse. It looks like it needs to be improved. It turned out that Li Wenle was able to break free from the soul prison because the soul prison wasn't stable enough. Junior Brother Mo is indeed impressive. His soul cultivation is actually at the true immortal realm. Mo Qingyun is indeed the #1 genius of the Eternal South Immortal Palace. His soul realm has reached such a level. Yes, my cultivation has already reached the true immortal stage, but my soul cultivation is still at the immortal core stage. With the talent that Mo Qingyun has displayed, as long as he doesn't fall midway, his future achievements will definitely be extraordinary. At this moment, everyone's respect for Mo Qingyun immediately increased. While everyone was in awe of Mo Qingyun, Han Rong's expression was ferocious as he murmured to himself, "This Mo Qingyun's talent is amazing. If we don't get rid of him, he'll definitely be a disaster in the future. No, we can't let Mo Qingyun continue to grow. We have to get rid of him as soon as possible." At this moment, Han Rong had already made up his mind to kill Mo Qingyun. Thinking of this, Han Rong no longer continued to hide. He glared at Mo Qingyun and shouted angrily, Mo Qingyun, you've got guts to actually dare to openly defy the law. Looks like in these 2 months, you've probably already surrendered to the divine race." As soon as Han Rong finished speaking, he didn't give Mo Qingyun a chance to explain himself. He immediately attacked Mo Qingyun. Immortal technique, heaven-slaying sword. Han Rong's figure flashed and arrived above Mo Qingyun. He slashed out a sword at Mo Qingyun. Immediately, a black light pillar blasted out from the sword, turning into a sword shadow that was 100 meters long. Once this black sword shadow formed, it emitted a terrifying aura and charged toward Mo Qingyun. Under the impact of this sword shadow, the entire world changed color. It was as if it was going to be cut apart by this sword. Seeing Han Rong's attack, everyone revealed horror on their faces. Their faces appeared somewhat pale. This Han Rong attacked so ruthlessly. He's planning to obliterate Mo Qingyun. Should be so. Otherwise, with Han Rong's cultivation, he wouldn't need to go through so much trouble to deal with Mo Qingyun. I wonder if Mo Qingyun will be able to block Han Rong's sword? The power of Han Rong's sword is enough to obliterate ordinary powerhouses. I'm afraid Mo Qingyun won't be able to block it. Hurry, hurry up, and call for the senior brothers from the Immortal Palace. Otherwise, junior brother Mo will be in danger today. Seeing Han Rong's attack, everyone's expression was the same. All of them were worried for Mo Qingyun. Blood Qi Rampage, God of War Transformation. Seeing Han Rong's full attack, Mo Qingyun didn't dare to hold back anymore. He hurriedly used 2 superpowers to increase his combat strength. Then, Mo Qingyun's body underwent a huge change. He became a giant that was several meters tall. At the same time, the aura that Mo Qingyun emitted had reached the level of a true immortal. Heavenly flames, sky-breaking halberd. After increasing his combat strength, Mo Qingyun didn't hesitate at all. He hurriedly waved the immortal burning halberd. Then, a flame spiritual energy with a similar aura blasted out from the immortal burning halberd. When this flame spiritual energy appeared, it turned into a fire spirit halberd radiance and went toward the black sword shadow. Bang! The halberd radiance and the sword shadow collided, emitting a loud bang and creating a terrifying spiritual energy storm. When this spiritual energy storm was formed, it immediately changed the color of heaven and earth. It quickly spread out to the surroundings. Under the impact of this storm, everyone's faces were filled with reverence as they retreated one after another. Soul Prison. Facing the erosion of this spiritual energy storm, Mo Qingyun didn't choose to retreat. Instead, he used a soul attack on Han Rong. An even more powerful soul power burst out from Mo Qingyun's left eye and blasted toward Han Rong. Han Rong was focused on dodging the spiritual energy storm. She didn't sense Mo Qingyun's soul attack at all. Then, Han Rong was blasted by the soul prison. She became like Li Wenle, standing on the spot like a stone statue. A lightsaber radiance. After imprisoning Han Rong's soul, Mo Qingyun didn't stop. He blasted another lightsaber radiance at Han Rong. A cyan saber light turned into a cyan shadow and blasted towards Han Rong at an extremely fast speed. Pucci. Facing the attack of the lightsaber radiance, Han Rong was like an idiot. Her head was directly chopped off by the lightsaber radiance. After being attacked by the lightsaber radiance, Han Rong's head was like a watermelon. It was instantly smashed into pieces. After seeing this scene, everyone was stunned. They couldn't believe what they saw. Chapter 1372. Swish, swish, swish. While everyone was still in shock at Mo Qingyun's actions, several figures arrived one after another and looked coldly at Mo Qingyun and the others. These people's auras were very strong, and each of them was stronger than Han Rong. They were all powerhouses who had condensed their star positions. Under the pressure of these people's auras, Chun Qing and the others trembled and revealed a look of awe. What happened? Everyone glanced at Mo Qingyun and the others, and the middle-aged leader asked coldly. Hearing this, Li Wenle's face lit up, and he quickly cupped his hands and said, "Senior brother Jada, this is what happened. This is Eternal South Immortal Palace's disciple Mo Qingyun." Senior brother Han Rong saw through his betrayal of the immortals. When Han Rong captured him to punish him, he sneaked up on senior brother Han Rong and killed him. Hearing Li Wenle's explanation and the look Li Wenle gave him, Jada immediately understood and shouted, "How dare you betray the immortal tribe and come to the immortal tribe's camp to kill people? I think you're tired of living." Immortal technique, soaring thunder crane. As soon as Jada finished speaking, he began to attack Mo Qingyun. He used a quasi-ancient immortal technique, and the aura of a quasi-major star position powerhouse was fully displayed. From Li Wenle's hint, he had already guessed Mo Qingyun's identity. He was the #1 genius of the Eternal South Immortal Palace, Missouri Qingyun. With Mo Qingyun's immortal infant cultivation, he was able to kill Han Rong, who was a minor star position powerhouse. Mo Qingyun's potential was too terrifying. For the future stability of the East Dawn Immortal Palace, he had to kill Mo Qingyun. Otherwise, there would be endless trouble. At this moment, when Jiada attacked Mo Qingyun, he activated his star position. Then, an overbearing power of the stars was added to Jiada's body. Judging from Jiada's actions, he planned to use his strongest attack to kill Mo Qingyun with lightning speed. As long as he killed Mo Qingyun, even if the people of the Eternal South Immortal Palace came later, they would be helpless. Whoosh! The cry of a crane came from above Mo Qingyun. After the cry of the crane appeared, the wind and clouds above Mo Qingyun began to stir, and the figure of a huge thunder crane condensed. As soon as this huge thunder crane appeared, it flapped its huge wings and circled above Mo Qingyun. Every time the thunder crane flapped its wings, it would blast out several bolts of lightning towards Mo Qingyun, unparalleled god of war star. Facing this Lei-He's attack, Mo Qingyun did not dare to be careless and hurriedly brought out his star position. Then, an even more majestic aura appeared above Mo Qingyun. Once Mo Qingyun activated the unparalleled war god star position, it released an astonishing amount of star position energy and infused it into Mo Qingyun's body. With the support of the star position energy, Mo Qingyun's aura suddenly increased by several levels. With the support of the star position energy, Mo Qingyun waved the immortal burning battle halberd and stabbed towards the thunder crane. Golden snake, shining halberd. Mo Qingyun stabbed out with the halberd, and his figure disappeared. Bang! When Mo Qingyun appeared again, he had already defeated the thunder crane with the immortal burning battle halberd in his hand. Seeing Mo Qingyun defeat the thunder crane, everyone's expression changed, and they found it hard to believe. The full-force strike of Jiada, a quasi-major star-level expert, had been easily neutralized by Mo Qingyun. Of course, what shocked everyone the most was that Mo Qingyun also condensed his star position. Star position. Mo Qingyun also condensed his star position. Isn't Mo Qingyun only at the immortal infant stage? How did he condense his star position? This Mo Qingyun is too monstrous. He actually condensed his star position when he was only at the immortal infant stage. With Mo Qingyun's terrifying talent, as long as he doesn't die halfway, he has a chance to surpass the golden immortal stage in the future. At this moment, the way everyone looked at Mo Qingyun changed drastically. Junior brother Mo, he condensed his star position. Chen Qing's eyes widened and his body trembled in excitement. He was stunned by Mo Qingyun's performance. At this moment, Meow Meow and the rest were feeling the same way. They were also shocked by Mo Qingyun's actions. Star position? Looking at the star position above Mo Qingyun, Jiada's expression changed, and he felt that his brain wasn't enough. Even if he racked his brains, he would never have thought that Mo Qingyun could condense his star position. At this moment, he finally understood why Li Wenle wanted him to kill Mo Qingyun. With Mo Qingyun's talent, if he didn't kill him, the consequences would be too terrifying. This kid can't be left alive. After knowing about Mo Qingyun's terrifying talent, Jiada immediately made a decision and attacked Mo Qingyun again. Jiada, how dare you attack the genius of the Eternal South Immortal Palace? Just as Jiada was about to attack, a few figures with auras no weaker than his quickly arrived in front of Mo Qingyun. These few people came in front of Mo Qingyun. One of them looked angry and questioned Jiada. Jiada, if you want to start a war between the two immortal palaces, the Eternal South Immortal Palace is willing to accompany you to the end. Gelinsheng. Hearing this person's words, Jiada's face twitched and his eyes were filled with respect. Although Gelinsheng was in the greater star position realm, his strength was terrifying. He was considered to be invincible among those below the constellation stage. More importantly, Gelinsheng was very bold. Once he said something, there was almost nothing he wouldn't do. If he was provoked, he might really lead the Eternal South Immortal Palace and start a war with the East Dawn Immortal Palace. Under Gu Linxing's threatening aura, Jiada snorted and didn't continue speaking. Senior brother Gu Linxing is here. Junior brother Mo is safe now. Senior brother Gu Linxing is still the best. Once he appeared, the East Dawn Immortal Palace people didn't dare to act rashly. Junior brother Mo is also very powerful. If he goes all out, Jiada might not be able to do anything to him. That's right. If Mo Qingyun cultivated for another 10 years, no one in the 3 immortal domains would be able to do anything to him. Seeing the arrival of Gu Linxing and the rest, Qin Qing and the rest were pleasantly surprised. Their hearts were finally at ease. After resolving the crisis for Mo Qingyun, Gu Linxing smiled with appreciation. He looked at Mo Qingyun carefully and said with a smile, "You are Mo Qingyun, junior brother Mo?" "Yes." Mo Qingyun nodded and clasped his hands at Gu Linxing. He said gratefully, "Thank you, senior brother, for your help. Junior brother Mo, you are welcome." Gu Linxing smiled and waved at Mo Qingyun. He nodded and praised. "You are indeed the #1 genius of the Eternal South Immortal Palace. You really live up to your reputation. You are only in the immortal infant stage, and you have already condensed a star position. I am afraid that in the entire immortal tribe, it is rare for someone like you to appear in 1,000,000 years." Hearing Gu Linxing's words, the surrounding people nodded one after another, expressing their agreement with Gu Linxing. "Senior brother, you are too kind." Mo Qingyun smiled humbly and bowed to Gu Linxing and the rest again. Seeing Mo Qingyun's actions, Gu Linxing and the rest had a good impression of him. He smiled and said to Mo Qingyun, "Junior brother Mo, there are too many people here. Come with me to the barracks." "All right." Mo Qingyun nodded and left with Gu Linxing and the rest, leaving behind a crowd of onlookers. Chapter 1373. A moment later, in Gu Linxing's tent. At this time, in Gu Linxing's tent, in addition to the people who rescued Mo Qingyun just now, there were many other disciples of the Eternal South Immortal Palace. To be exact, all the disciples of the Eternal South Immortal Palace with status in the Iron and Blood Realm Abyss were now gathered here. When everyone arrived at the military tent, they all exchanged pleasantries with Mo Qingyun. All of them were full of praise for Mo Qingyun. Before they came, they had already heard about how Mo Qingyun defeated the East Dawn Immortal Palace. After some greetings, everyone found a place to sit down and continue to chat with Mo Qingyun. "Junior brother Mo, the last time Han Rong sent you to investigate, it was indeed our negligence. We apologize to you here." Speaking of Mo Qingyun's investigation of the whereabouts of the god race, Gu Linxing and the others all looked apologetic. They apologized to Mo Qingyun and said, "Next, junior brother can take the assessment with peace of mind. No one will interfere with you anymore." "Thank you, senior brothers." Mo Qingyun got up and cupped his hands to thank everyone. Regarding Mo Qingyun's gesture of gratitude, Gu Linxing and the others hurriedly waved their hands in response, indicating that Mo Qingyun did not need to take it to heart. Gu Linxing showed a regretful expression. Unfortunately, junior brother Mo went to investigate this time and delayed nearly 2 months. It will be difficult to get good results in the assessment. Hearing Gu Linxing's words, everyone showed a worried expression, afraid that Mo Qingyun would fail in the assessment. Seeing the expressions of Gu Linxing and the others, Mo Qingyun's expression was indifferent. He smiled at everyone and said, "Senior brothers, you don't have to worry. Although I wasted 2 months, I have a way to surpass them." Hearing Mo Qingyun's confident words, everyone's expressions relaxed a little and did not continue to discuss this issue. In their view, no matter what the results of Mo Qingyun's assessment were, it was always a good thing that he was confident now. Next, Mo Qingyun chatted and laughed with everyone. Then he returned to his tent. "I've been in a hurry recently, so I didn't have time to sort out the spoils of war. Now I can sort it out." Back in his tent, Mo Qingyun thought about the spoils of war he had obtained recently, and a look of anticipation appeared on his face. The Seventh Prince and the others had a decent harvest in the God's Eye Manor, so they should have a lot of good stuff on them. With this thought in mind, Mo Qingyun took out the spoils of war from the past few days and began to count them. Let's take a look at the cosmos pouches of Huruan and the others. Since they were able to greatly increase their strength in such a short period of time, they should have had a great opportunity. Glancing at the few Chinquan bags in front of him, Mo Qingyun decided to look at Huruan and the others first. He wanted to see what they had gained. Opening Lu Chao and the others' cosmos bags, Mo Qingyun saw a lot of materials for concocting pills, refining tools, and arrays. A satisfied smile appeared on his face. Shortly after, Mo Qingyun sorted out the materials for refining pills, weapons, and formations. With Lu Chao and the others' gains, they should have also entered the God's Eye Manor. Furthermore, they should have obtained one of the inheritances. Looking at Lu Chao and the others' gains, Mo Qingyun guessed their origins. If there are no accidents, the inheritances that Lu Chao and the others obtained should be with Huruan. With this thought, Mo Qingyun no longer hesitated and quickly opened Huruan's cosmos bag. After opening Huruan's cosmos bag, Mo Qingyun saw even more precious materials in Huruan's cosmos bag. However, compared to these precious materials, Mo Qingyun was more interested in a book made of special materials. Mountain Barbarian Scripture. Discovering this special book, Mo Qingyun revealed a curious expression and took it out of Huruan's cosmos bag. Looking at this special book, Mo Qingyun revealed a joyful smile and said faintly, "It seems that this special cultivation secret manual should be the inheritance that Huruan obtained." With this thought, Mo Qingyun opened the secret manual in his hand and looked at the contents recorded in the secret manual. An hour later, 1/10 of the secret manual's contents were roughly read by Mo Qingyun. After reading 1/10 of the secret manual's contents, Mo Qingyun had a general understanding of the cultivation direction of this secret manual. From the contents of this secret manual, this inheritance is suitable for savage beast to comprehend. With this thought, Mo Qingyun did not hesitate and entered the 5-directional pagoda. After entering the 5-directional pagoda, Mo Qingyun did not stop walking. After a few flashes, he arrived in front of Savage Beast. "Master!" Seeing Mo Qingyun arrive, Savage Beast prostrated on the ground and bowed to Mo Qingyun. Seeing Savage Beast's actions, Mo Qingyun did not waste any time and directly handed the Mountain Barbarian Scripture to Savage Beast. "This is a secret manual that I obtained recently. I think it is more suitable for you to cultivate. Keep it." Mountain Barbarian Scripture. It's actually the Mountain Barbarian Scripture. Seeing Mo Qingyun hand over the Mountain Barbarian Scripture, Savage Beast immediately became excited and his actions seemed to be at a loss. Seeing Savage Beast's actions, Mo Qingyun frowned slightly and asked in confusion, "Savage Beast, could it be that you know the origin of this Mountain Barbarian Scripture?" Mo Qingyun guessed that since Savage Beast was so excited after seeing the Mountain Barbarian Scripture, he must know the origin of the Mountain Barbarian Scripture. When the Savage Beast heard Mo Qingyun's question, it calmed down the excitement in its heart and said in a deep voice, "Master, the Mountain Barbarian Scripture was created by an ancestor of my clan. It's a profound cultivation scripture of my clan." "Oh, there is such a thing." Hearing Savage Beast's words, Mo Qingyun revealed a satisfied smile. He pondered and said, "Since the Mountain Barbarian Scripture is suitable for Savage Beast to cultivate, I wonder if there are any inheritances that the 7th Prince and the others obtained that are suitable for Mo Zai and the others to cultivate. All right, you can continue cultivating here. I'll take my leave first." After instructing Savage Beast, Mo Qingyun left to check the remaining spoils of war. Following which, under Mo Qingyun's continuous checking, he obtained 2 more inheritance manuals. They were the Blood Demon Scripture and the Black Sun Scripture. It's a pity that there are only 2 manuals. Looking at the Blood Demon Scripture and the Black Sun Scripture, Mo Qingyun revealed a regretful expression. He began to ponder, this Blood Demon Scripture is suitable for Mo Zai to cultivate, while the Black Sun Scripture is suitable for He Xian to cultivate. However, This means that Mo and Tai E will not have any manuals to cultivate. As for Sia, who was cultivating in the Five Directions small pagoda, her cultivation was still not high, and she did not need to comprehend manuals. After thinking for a short while, Mo Qingyun's eyes lit up. He revealed a surprised smile and said, "That's right, Tai E is good at speed cultivation. He can comprehend the rushing thunder path with me. Mo is good at soul cultivation and has the eye bloodline. He is very suitable to comprehend the heaven eye inheritance. This way, their cultivation problem will be solved." After thinking about it, Mo Qingyun shared the rushing thunder path and the heaven eye inheritance with Tai E and Mo respectively. Chapter 1374. After arranging the cultivation of He Xian and the rest, Mo Qingyun left the Five Directions small pagoda to prepare for the next day's assessment mission. The night passed in the blink of an eye. Early the next morning, Chun Xing and the rest came to find Mo Qingyun to go to the battlefield to slaughter the god's race. Mo Qingyun naturally would not reject this, and happily set off with Chun Xing and the rest. He had not been to the battlefield before, and it was not a bad thing to have Chun Xing and the rest to guide him. Several hours later, Mo Qingyun, Chun Xing, and the rest arrived at the place where the two races were fighting. This was a very open area, and there was no void mountain range floating in the middle. Boom, boom, boom. Deafening noises could be heard coming from the front of the battlefield. Under the frenzied slaughter of the two armies, even the space started to tremble as if it could not withstand the aftermath of the battle. The battlefield between the two races is too big, and it is very dangerous to kill the god's race directly. Later on, we will surround them from both sides. Chun Xing pointed at the soldiers of the two races in front of them and explained the situation to Mo Qingyun with a solemn expression. After Chun Xing finished speaking, Miao Jiao patted Mo Qingyun's shoulder and said with a faint smile, "Junior brother Mo, you will follow behind us from now on. I believe that with your powerful strength, killing the god's race should be a piece of cake. All right, let's set off." Mo Qingyun and the rest chatted for a while before they approached the battlefield and joined in to kill the god's race soldiers. Not long after, Mo Qingyun and the rest joined in the battle and began to kill the god's race soldiers. Due to the limited strength of Chun Xing and the others, the targets they chose to hunt were the smaller teams. The people in these teams were not strong, and the person with the highest cultivation was only at the half-step true immortal realm. With Mo Qingyun's current strength, dealing with people of this level was naturally no pressure at all. Every time Mo Qingyun attacked, he would definitely kill 3 to 5 God's Race soldiers and refresh his assessment data. Junior brother Mo is still the best. Killing the God's Race soldiers is like chopping vegetables. Yes, Junior brother Mo's killing speed is almost twice as fast as mine. If this continues, I'm afraid it won't be long before Junior Mo's assessment results surpasses mine. Seeing Mo Qingyun's killing speed, Chun Xing and the others revealed looks of admiration and sighed emotionally. Mo Qingyun did not agree with what Chun Xing and the others thought. He frowned and muttered to himself, "Although my current killing speed is twice as fast as Chun Xing and the others, my results will still be inferior to theirs once the trial in the world abyss of metal and blood is over. Looks like I have to think of a faster way to kill the enemy." Mo Qingyun retreated from the battlefield and looked around at the battlefield in front of him, thinking about how to increase the efficiency of killing the enemy. After a short while, after Mo Qingyun's observation, he had a clear understanding of the current situation on the battlefield. In the God Race's camp, there was a true Immortal Realm expert leading every 100-man team. If this true Immortal Realm leader was killed, the remaining team members would be leaderless and their combat strength would be greatly reduced. With this thought, Mo Qingyun had an idea and decided to act alone to kill the God Race members. Seeing Mo Qingyun act alone, the expressions of Chun Xing and the others immediately changed and they wanted to warn Mo Qingyun. However, before Chun Xing and the others could say anything, Mo Qingyun had already charged toward the God Race team. Soul Prison. Arriving in the air above the team, Mo Qingyun cast a soul prison on their leader. Then, the leader of the God Race team stood rooted to the ground with a dazed expression. After imprisoning the soul of the God Race team leader, Mo Qingyun's attacks did not stop, and he immediately brandished the immortal immolation battle halberd to stab at him. Under Mo Qingyun's halberd, the leader of the God Race team was killed like an idiot. The leader was dead. Seeing that their leader had been killed, the remaining God Race soldiers in the team immediately showed signs of panic. Towards these panicking God Race soldiers, Mo Qingyun had no intention of showing mercy, and he indeed killed them. These God Race soldiers who had lost their will to fight were naturally no match for Mo Qingyun, and they were soon slaughtered. Then, Chun Qing and the others saw Mo Qingyun reaping the lives of those God Race soldiers. This is too crazy. Given Junior Brother Mo's current killing speed, even 5 of me wouldn't be a match for him. Even though Junior Brother Mo's cultivation isn't high, his strength is simply too strong. This doesn't make sense. Don't think too much. Let's hurry up and kill the God Race soldiers. Otherwise, we'll be overtaken by Junior Brother Mo. Chun Qing and the others revealed bitter expressions. They were shocked by Mo Qingyun's killing speed. They could tell that given Mo Qingyun's current killing speed, it would take at most half a month for Mo Qingyun to surpass them. Then, under the admiring gazes of Chun Qing and the others, Mo Qingyun continued to kill the God Race soldiers. Perhaps because Mo Qingyun's killing speed was too fast, it didn't take long for him to attract the attention of the upper echelons of the God Race. Lad, how dare you kill our God Race soldiers? Die quickly. A God Race, true immortal great star expert revealed a furious expression and charged towards Mo Qingyun. Seeing that this great star expert of the God Race had personally taken action against Mo Qingyun, Clipchamp and the others were shocked. He said angrily, "This bunch of God Race people are really too shameless." A great star expert of the true immortal great star realm actually attacks someone of the immortal infant stage. Yiqing Xiong, let me deal with you. Clipchamp's figure moved and charged towards Mo Qingyun, wanting to resolve the crisis for Mo Qingyun. Clipchamp's speed was extremely fast. In the blink of an eye, he was in front of Mo Qingyun. He said to Mo Qingyun with concern, "Junior Brother Mo, retreat first. Leave this person to me." "Thank you, Senior Brother." Hearing Clipchamp's words, Mo Qingyun thanked him and quickly retreated to the back of the battlefield. Not long after, Mo Qingyun returned to the side of Chun Qing and the others with a regretful expression. "What a pity. Based on the current situation, I'm afraid it's impossible to continue using this method to kill the enemy." Mo Qingyun knew very well that since he had attracted the attention of the upper echelons of the God Race, it wouldn't be easy for him to kill the enemy in peace. If nothing unexpected happened, there would definitely be God Race experts guarding against him in the upcoming battle. However, it was impossible for Mo Qingyun to give up just like that. Although I can't kill a large number of them, I can choose to kill the stronger ones of the God Race. After fighting side by side with Chun Qing and the others for a while, Mo Qingyun had another idea. He decided to kill the team leaders of the God Race. The team leaders of the God Race were all true immortal realm experts. Killing a team leader was equivalent to killing several ordinary soldiers. Chapter 1375. As soon as this thought appeared in Mo Qingyun's mind, he could not wait to give it a try. However, this time, Mo Qingyun did not choose to fight head-on. Instead, he decided to use a safer method. After all, he had caused too much of a commotion just now. If he were to rush out now, he would definitely be ambushed by the higher-ups of the God Race. Although his current combat strength could be considered to be invincible among those below the Major Star Realm. However, in this battlefield, not only were there Major Star Realm powerhouses, but there were also Constellation Realm powerhouses. Therefore, it was still a very dangerous move for him to rush into the battlefield again. How can I kill the enemy faster and more safely? Mo Qingyun had a thoughtful expression on his face. His mind spun quickly as he tried to find the best way. After a while, Mo Qingyun's eyes suddenly lit up as he thought of a good idea. I've got it. Among all the weapons, the bow has the longest attack range. If I use the God Shooter bow to attack, I should be able to reap unexpected benefits. After a short moment of surprise, Mo Qingyun frowned again and said with a worried expression, but the God Shooter bow once said that if I want to use it, I need to have the strength of a golden immortal. I don't know if it will let me use it. Regardless of whether it will succeed or not, I'll ask it first. After discarding the distracting thoughts in his mind, Mo Qingyun began to communicate with the God Shooter bow and asked it to let him use it. After communicating with the God Shooter bow, Mo Qingyun successfully convinced it and obtained the right to use the God Shooter bow. Of course, while Mo Qingyun was using the God Shooter bow, the God Shooter bow would not provide any help. Even so, Mo Qingyun's combat strength would increase significantly if he used the God Shooter bow. One had to know that the God Shooter bow was a famous divine weapon in the Wild Continent. Its power was not something that ordinary weapons could compare to. After taking out the God Shooter bow, Mo Qingyun scanned the entire battlefield and began to look for a target to shoot. Soon, a God Race team leader who was not very alert became Mo Qingyun's target. Soul Prison. Mo Qingyun's left eye flashed with purple light, and a powerful soul power burst out, turning into soul chains. As soon as these soul chains were formed, they shot into the sea of consciousness of the God Race squad leader at lightning speed. After being hit by the soul prison, the God Race captain's expression immediately turned sluggish. He was frozen in place like a statue. Seeing this, Mo Qingyun pulled the God Shooter bow into a full moon and released his immortal spiritual energy to form an arrow. Whoosh! With a piercing sound, a long arrow formed by immortal spiritual energy shot towards the captain of the God Race team. Pucci. The immortal spiritual energy arrow pierced right through the head of the God Race squad leader. Moreover, under Mo Qingyun's arrow, the soul of the God Race team captain was directly destroyed. When the captain of the Divine Race squad was killed, the squad he led immediately panicked. Then, the soldiers of the God Race squad were drowned by the immortal soldiers. Having succeeded in one strike, Mo Qingyun did not stop moving. He looked for new targets to kill. In a short while, the number of God Race squad leaders that Mo Qingyun had killed had reached the level of dozens. After losing the command of dozens of squad leaders, the order of the God Race army began to fall into disarray. Subsequently, the combat power displayed by the Divine Race army was also greatly affected. Damn it, that kid killed too many squad leaders, causing the soldiers to have no cooperation. Seeing the situation of the army in front of them, the upper echelons of the God Race revealed gloomy expressions. They looked at Mo Qingyun with cold eyes. They could see that if they did not stop Mo Qingyun and continued to let Mo Qingyun shoot, they would undoubtedly lose this battle. They actually allowed an immortal infant stage brat to lead the battle. Who is this kid? Find out who he is right now. Everyone, have you noticed that the kid seems to have a powerful bloodline power? Could it be that the kid is also from the God Race? But if that's the case, why is he helping the immortal race? At this moment, the upper echelons of the God Race camp developed a strong curiosity about Mo Qingyun. When the upper echelons of the God Race noticed Mo Qingyun, Linsheng and the others naturally also noticed Mo Qingyun's amazing performance just now. Junior brother Mo, beautifully done. Seeing Mo Qingyun's amazing performance, Linsheng and the others were delighted and praised Mo Qingyun one after another. They could all see that Mo Qingyun had affected the march of the God Race camp, causing the combat strength of the God Race soldiers to be greatly reduced. If Mo Qingyun continued shooting, it probably wouldn't be long before the Divine Race army would be utterly routed on their own. Retreat. Perhaps realizing that the situation was not good, the upper echelons of the God Race camp did not hesitate and immediately ordered the God Race soldiers. Following which, the God Race army began to retreat, no longer fighting with the immortal race soldiers. Seeing the God Race army retreat, Ge Linsheng and the others sighed, feeling that this scene was somewhat unbelievable. They did not expect that the battle between the god race and the immortal race would change because of an immortal infant stage cultivator. If they had not seen it with their own eyes, they would not have believed it even if they were beaten to death. That damned Mo Qingyun, he's in the limelight again. Seeing Mo Qingyun's amazing performance, Li Wenle was so angry that his teeth itched and his eyes revealed a strong sense of unwillingness. He was originally the #1 genius of the 3 immortal domains. Ever since he met Mo Qingyun, he had always been stepped on by Mo Qingyun. This kind of feeling made him feel very uncomfortable. More importantly, from Mo Qingyun's amazing performance, he felt a strong sense of oppression. He could faintly feel that if this continued, it would not be long before his assessment results would surpass Mo Qingyun. Junior brother Mo, you're so brave. You actually defeated the God Race army. Junior brother Mo, I see that you've been hunting the God Race squad leaders. From now on, you'll be called Captain Hunter. Captain Hunter is a good name. It suits Mo Qingyun's battle results very well. Junior brother Mo, if not for the Eternal South Immortal Palace, I wouldn't have let you leave. At this moment, Ge Linsheng and the others were all delighted and teased Mo Qingyun. Mo Qingyun revealed a faint smile when he heard the crowd's words. He gave a simple reply to the crowd. After chatting with Ge Linsheng and the others, Mo Qingyun looked at the God Race camp and thought, this way of hunting the God Race soldiers still won't work. Now that the God Race soldiers are on guard, it will be difficult for me to ambush them. It seems that I'll have to change the way of hunting the God Race soldiers. With this thought, Mo Qingyun's expression became thoughtful as he thought about how to hunt the God Race soldiers next. Chapter 1376. A few hours later, a few disciples of the Eternal South Immortal Palace walked into Ge Linsheng's tent. Brother Ge, the battlefield has been cleaned up, but after these few people gave a simple report of the situation, they revealed hesitant expressions. Their brows furrowed tightly as they said, however, most of the corpses of the God's Race squad leaders that Junior Brother Mo killed were seized by the people of the East Dawn Immortal Palace and the Ice Frost Immortal Palace. They insisted that Junior Brother Mo did not kill them. Those God Race team leaders were shot in the head by arrows. They are deliberately making things difficult for him, another person said unhappily. After listening to these people's report, Ge Linsheng and the others immediately looked angry. They were very unhappy with the actions of the East Dawn Immortal Palace and the Ice Frost Immortal Palace. They naturally knew the intention of the East Dawn Immortal Palace and the Frost Immortal Palace. The Eastern Dawn Immortal Palaces and Cloud Frost Immortal Palaces were doing this to reduce Mo Qingyun's assessment results, so that he would not be able to surpass Li Wenle and the others in the Iron and Blood Realm Abyss assessment. Mo Qingyun, blame yourself for offending too many people. Seeing this situation, Yuan Kong, who was in the tent, sneered as he secretly rejoiced in his misfortune. If it were not for his identity, he would have joined forces with Li Wenle to deal with Mo Qingyun. Damn it, the people of the East Dawn Immortal Palace and the Ice Frost Immortal Palace are really shameless. I will go and reason with them. Ge Linsheng's face was filled with anger. He stood up and was about to complain on behalf of Mo Qingyun. Brother Ge, don't be rash. Seeing Ge Linsheng's action, the leader of the Eternal South Immortal Palace, Han Siluo, quickly stood up and stopped him. Since the East Dawn Immortal Palace and the Ice Frost Immortal Palace dared to do this, they must be fearless. Even if you go and reason with them, the result will be the same. Are we just going to let go? Ge Linsheng was indignant. Of course not, but Han Siluo and the others were silent. Although they were very unwilling, there was nothing they could do. Looking at the performance of Ge Linsheng and the others, Mo Qingyun smiled indifferently and comforted Ge Linsheng and the others. Senior brothers, you don't have to worry too much. It's just the killing records of a few true immortal realm gods. It can't affect my final result. Brother Mo, it's great that you can think like this. Seeing that Mo Qingyun did not have the slightest emotional fluctuation because of this, Han Siluo showed an appreciative smile. Mo Qingyun's mentality was much better than theirs. Junior apprentice brother Mo is right. How could a truly powerful person be stumped by some small obstacles? Only those useless trash would use such shameful methods. I believe that with junior apprentice brother Mo's extraordinary methods, you will definitely obtain first place in the Iron and Blood Boundary Abyss assessment. Brother Mo Qingyun's, if there's anything, please. At this moment, Han Siluo and the others showed appreciation and promised Mo Qingyun one after another. Seeing the actions of Han Siluo and the others, Mo Qingyun smiled in satisfaction and asked, "Senior brothers, has the battle between the immortal race and the god race always been here?" For nearly 10,000 years, the battle between the god race and the immortal race of the three immortal realms has always been here. Han Siluo showed a serious expression and gave Mo Qingyun an affirmative answer. Then, she asked in confusion, "Brother Mo, do you have any plans for asking this?" "That's right. I do have some ideas." Mo Qingyun did not deny it. He smiled meaningfully and did not say his real plan. After replying to Han Siluo, Mo Qingyun began to ponder silently. He thought to himself, since the two races have been fighting here all this time, if I set up a formation at the location of the battle, it should have a very good killing efficiency. The two armies won't stop fighting for too long. If I want to set up a formation, I have to hurry. Thinking of this, Mo Qingyun did not want to waste any more time and prepared to set up the formation immediately. He bid farewell to Han Siluo and the others. "Senior brothers, I still have some matters to deal with, so I'll leave for the time being." Hearing Mo Qingyun's request, Han Siluo and the others did not urge him to stay. They nodded and tacitly allowed Mo Qingyun to leave. After leaving the tent of Han Siluo and the others, Mo Qingyun first used the Iron Blood token to collect the blood essence of the God Race squad leader he killed. Then, he went to the location of the battle between the two races and prepared to set up a formation to kill the God Race. After a while, Mo Qingyun came to the place of the battle and thought about where to set up the formation. Both the God Race and the Immortal Race camp have constellation powerhouses overseeing it, so the location of the formation cannot be too conspicuous. In this way, the location I set up can only be at the edge of the battle between the two armies. But it can't be too far away. Otherwise, I won't be able to kill too many God Race soldiers. After thinking for a while, Mo Qingyun had the best choice regarding the location of the formation. After thinking about the location of the formation, Mo Qingyun did not delay any longer and began to set up the formation in the void. The formation can't be too obvious. Otherwise, it won't be able to play the role of assassination. Considering that it was a secret assassination, Mo Qingyun immediately had a clear position on the type of formation. In this case, before setting up the killing formation, I have to use an illusion formation to conceal it. In addition, the aftermath of the battle between the two armies is powerful, so I have to use a defensive formation to stabilize it. As Mo Qingyun continued to think, his thoughts on setting up the formation became clearer and clearer. At this moment, as Mo Qingyun continued to think, he entered a very mysterious state. At this moment, Mo Qingyun's thoughts were clear, and his techniques were exquisite. Every step of setting up the formation was done in one go. In addition, Mo Qingyun easily displayed the formation insights that he had comprehended in the Extreme Star Mansion. Then, one mysterious formation pattern after another was successfully set up by Mo Qingyun. That's right. If every formation pattern is used as a formation point to form a brand new formation, its defensive and offensive power will be multiplied. As Mo Qingyun set up the formation, he thought about how to maximize the power of the formation. In this way, as time continued to pass, Mo Qingyun's formation became more and more complete. After a few hours, Mo Qingyun's formation was successfully completed. 7 quasi-level 5 formations combined into a level 5 formation. Its power should not be lower than a mid-level 5 formation. Looking at the power of the formation he had set up, Mo Qingyun's lips curled into a satisfied smile. With an expression of anticipation, he said, "Given the power of this combined formation, even if a major celestial powerhouse enters it, they will be skinned alive even if they don't die. It seems that I just have to be wary of the constellation powerhouses. Just the formation alone is still a little inefficient in killing the enemy. It seems that I have to summon some ghosts." In order to achieve the highest efficiency in killing the enemy, Mo Qingyun used all the methods at his disposal without holding back. Spirit Summoning Gate. Then, Mo Qingyun began to summon the surrounding souls within the combined formation. Then, one by one, ghosts with imposing auras appeared within the combined formation. After the ghosts were summoned, the necessary preparations were made. Chapter 1377. The weakest of these ghosts are close to the true immortal realm, and the stronger ones are comparable to the true immortal realm. Mo Qingyun revealed a surprised smile as he looked at the ghosts before him. He seemed a little excited as he said, "With the help of these ghosts, even major star-level cultivators won't be able to return after entering the formation." At this moment, Mo Qingyun was full of anticipation for the upcoming battle. Seeing that everything was ready, Mo Qingyun didn't stay any longer and turned to return to the immortal race's camp. What he needed to do now was to adjust his breathing, recover his mind, and wait for the next round of battle between the two races. When Mo Qingyun returned to the immortal race's camp, he didn't look for Ge Linsheng and the others, but went straight to his own tent. Senior brother Han, junior brother Mo has returned. When Mo Qingyun returned to his tent, a disciple of the Eternal South Immortal Palace reported Mo Qingyun's whereabouts to Han Siluo. He added, "Also, junior brother Mo went to the battlefield just now and seemed to be setting up a formation." Formation? Han Siluo and the others were surprised. They didn't expect Mo Qingyun to have this ability. Looking at the surprised faces of Han Siluo and the others, Chun Qing smiled faintly and explained, "Senior brothers, in addition to junior brother Mo's astonishing talent in cultivation, his talent in the Tao of formations is also very terrifying. He's already a 4th level array master." 4th level array master. Hearing Chun Qing's explanation, Han Siluo and the others were shocked again and couldn't help but sigh. This junior brother Mo is really more and more unfathomable. After learning about Mo Qingyun's astonishing talent, Han Siluo's expression became more serious. He said to Ge Linsheng and the others, "Junior brothers, junior brother Mo is the hope of our Eternal South Immortal Palace. In the upcoming battle, we must ensure his safety no matter what." "Yes, senior brother Han." Ge Linsheng and the others nodded with determined expressions after receiving Han Siluo's instructions. Seeing that Han Siluo and the others valued Mo Qingyun so highly, Yuan Kang's gaze revealed a trace of jealousy. "Mo Qingyun, why does everyone value you so highly? I, Yuan Kang, swear that I will definitely kill you in the examination of the Iron and Blood Realm Abyss." Next, Han Luo and the others discussed the matter of the war between the two clans and went to find other forces. In the largest tent in the Protoss camp, a true immortal realm god race squad leader led a gloomy one-armed youth into the tent. "Commander Namon, this brat says that he knows the origin of the brat who killed so many captains." This true immortal state god race squad leader pointed at the one-armed young man beside him and reported to the leader in the tent. "Oh." Commander Nameng was immediately moved. He looked at the one-armed young man curiously and said, "Tell us, where did that kid come from?" "Commander, that kid's name is Mo Qingyun. He's a genius junior of the immortal race." Under everyone's gaze, the one-armed young man revealed a bitter expression and said gloomily, "Mo Qingyun once went to the northern settled Void Mountain Range to investigate. He obtained many powerful inheritances in the northern settled Void Mountain Range's deific divine residence. Furthermore, he killed many Protoss warriors in the deific divine residence. He even killed the seventh prince of the Blood River race. Seventh brother. Hearing the one-armed young man's words, a young man with a purple gold crown beside Commander Nam Meng trembled and said with a gloomy expression, "Mo Qingyun, you actually dared to kill my seventh brother. If I meet you, I will definitely tear you to pieces." Fifth prince, calm down. Let him finish. Looking at the angry young man with the purple gold crown, Nam Meng comforted him and instructed the one-armed young man, "Continue. Tell us everything you know." "Yes." The one-armed young man nodded and recounted everything that had happened in the deific I Divine residence. It said that Mo Qingyun also has a powerful bloodline. It seems to be the I bloodline, which is ranked in the top 1,000 of the 10,000 Archean tribes. His I bloodline specializes in soul attacks. Ordinary true immortals can't withstand it. Subsequently, the one-armed youth reported Mo Qingyun's situation to Naimon and the others without missing a single detail. I bloodline specializes in soul attacks. Naming nodded as he pondered. If that's the case, then it can't be wrong. When that kid killed those squad leaders, he used a spiritual attack to severely injure their spirits, after which he killed those squad leaders with a thunderous momentum. No matter where this kid came from, he dared to help the immortal race kill the Protoss soldiers. We can't let him off. The Blood River tribe's fifth prince's face darkened, and he exuded a strong, murderous aura. He couldn't wait to kill Mo Qingyun. If it were any other prince, it wouldn't matter. But the seventh prince was his biological brother, and they had always supported each other. Now that the seventh prince was killed by Mo Qingyun, he naturally couldn't sit by and do nothing. Indeed, we can't let him live. Hearing the fifth prince's words, Nam Meng was also filled with murderous aura. He said angrily, "Even if he has the bloodline of the Protoss, there's no guarantee that he's from the Protoss. He could also be a clone cultivated by the Dark Demon race." It said that the Dark Demon race disappeared for thousands of years. Now, they're stirring again. That kid could be from the Dark Demon race. At this moment, Nam Meng and the others were extremely suspicious of Mo Qingyun's identity as a member of the Protoss. But no matter what, they had to kill Mo Qingyun. "All right, there's nothing for you to do here. You can leave." After understanding Mo Qingyun's situation, Nam Meng waved his hand at the one-armed young man, indicating that he could leave. "Yes." The one-armed young man nodded and left Nam Meng's tent. After leaving Nam Meng's tent, the one-armed young man showed a gloomy expression. He gritted his teeth and said, "Mo Qingyun, your biggest mistake was letting me, Tungda, go at the God's Eye Mansion. Now, I'm going to watch you get chopped into pieces." So this one-armed young man was Tungda, the one who brought Mo Qingyun to the Qingfo mansion. Unexpectedly, he didn't die. Not far away, Mo Qingyun. A black figure heard Tungda's angry words, and her body trembled. Then, the beautiful black figure revealed an expression of longing, worry, and concern. Seeing the black figure suddenly stop and reveal a complicated expression, a lady beside her asked her with concern, "Qingyu, what's wrong?" "No, nothing." Hearing the lady's words, the black figure replied simply and said, "Captain Luna, let's go." Seeing that the other party didn't want to say anything, Captain Luna didn't ask much and continued to walk with her. "Qingyun, is that you?" Chapter 1378. Junior Brother Mo, the battle has begun. Chun Qing's voice came from outside the tent. Hearing Chun Qing's voice, Mo Qingyun, who was cultivating in the tent, immediately revealed a pleasantly surprised smile. Since the battle has begun, it's time to kill the god race. Immediately after, Mo Qingyun withdrew from cultivation, got up, and walked out of the tent. After this period of cultivation, not only did Mo Qingyun recover to his peak state, but he also improved in all aspects. Not long after, Mo Qingyun arrived in front of Han Siluo and the others under Chun Qing's lead. "Senior brothers, sorry to keep you waiting." Mo Qingyun revealed a humble expression and nodded at Han Siluo and the others who were waiting for him. "It's fine." Han Siluo waved his hand with a faint smile, not showing the slightest dissatisfaction. After exchanging a few pleasantries with Mo Qingyun, Han Siluo revealed a solemn expression and reminded Mo Qingyun, "Junior brother Mo, due to your astonishing performance previously, the God race will probably focus on dealing with you in the following battle. You must be careful. Thank you for your concern, senior brother. I understand." Mo Qingyun nodded in gratitude. "Junior brother Mo, do you have any instructions for us in the following battle?" Ge Linxing asked. "Senior brother Ge, after hearing you ask, I really do have a request." Under Ge Linxing's question, Mo Qingyun suddenly had an idea and hurriedly asked Han Siluo and the others, "Senior brothers, because my current array formation attainments are still low, the power of the array formation I set up is limited and can't pose a threat to the powerhouses of the constellation level. Please help me stop the powerhouses of the constellation level and don't give them a chance to destroy the array formation." His array formation attainments were still low, unable to pose a threat to the powerhouses of the constellation level. In other words, the array formation Mo Qingyun set up now could threaten the powerhouses of the major constellation level. Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Han Siluo and the others smiled bitterly, not knowing what to say to Mo Qingyun. Mo Qingyun was only at the immortal infant realm. With his cultivation level, the power of the formation he set up could actually threaten a major star realm expert. Could this still be called limited power? This was already extremely powerful, all right? "Junior brother Mo, are you trying to attack us?" A bitter smile appeared on Ge Linxing's face as a trace of depression rose in his heart. He shrugged and said, "Originally, I was thinking that I could help you a little in the following battle, but now it seems that I don't have the qualifications to intervene." Hearing Ge Linxing's words, Mo Qingyun chuckled and said, "Senior brother Ge, although you can't help, I will remember your kindness. How about I ask for your help next time? There's no need for that. I'm afraid you'll have to ask a powerhouse at the Golden Celestial stage to deal with me next time. That will be a bigger blow to me." Ge Linxing was even more depressed. "Huh." When Ge Linxing said this, Han Luo and the others laughed. Everyone could tell that Ge Linxing was just a little depressed and was not dissatisfied with Mo Qingyun. Everyone chatted and laughed for a while. Han Luo assured Mo Qingyun, "Junior brother Mo, don't worry. With me around, I absolutely won't let the Constellation Divine race threaten you." "Many thanks, senior brother Han." Mo Qingyun thanked Han Luo. Following that, everyone chatted for a while more before they joined the battle circle. Very soon, Mo Qingyun arrived near the array formation and massacred the Divine Ray soldiers near the array formation. Seeing Mo Qingyun arrive at the battlefield, Namon ordered to send a large number of soldiers to intercept and kill Mo Qingyun. Among these Divine Ray soldiers that Namon sent, there were some extraordinary Divine Race captains at the Major Star Realm and Minor Star Realm. From the looks of it, Namon had made up his mind in order to eliminate Mo Qingyun. As for the Major Star Realm and Constellation powerhouses, it was not that Namon was unwilling to send them. Rather, the number of powerhouses above Major Star Realm on both sides was limited. They were basically all restrained by the two races' powerhouses. Therefore, Namon wanted to send Major Star Realm powerhouses to deal with Mo Qingyun was really somewhat making things difficult for him. In Namon's view, sending several thousand Divine Ray soldiers whose strength was close to true Immortal Realm, as well as more than 10 true Immortal Realm powerhouses to deal with Mo Qingyun. This was already thinking very highly of Mo Qingyun. It's really him. When these Divine Ray soldiers charged towards Mo Qingyun, a woman in black with delicate features looked at Mo Qingyun with a shocked expression. After a brief moment of shock, a look of intense worry appeared on the black-clothed woman's face. Presumably, in her view, no matter how powerful Mo Qingyun's strength was, facing so many people besieging, the situation was also very bad. Qingyu. When the woman in black looked at Mo Qingyun also discovered her, similarly revealing a shocked expression. Mo Qingyun never dreamed that he would meet Murong Qingyu here. Although Mo Qingyun recognized Murong Qingyu, he did not acknowledge Murong Qingyu, now that he was standing on the opposite side of the divine race. If he acknowledged Murong Qingyu, it would definitely bring danger to Murong Qingyu. Humph, I thought you had great ability. Turns out you are just a lecher. Seeing Mo Qingyun's lifeless expression looking at Mo Qingyun, Luna revealed a disdainful expression. She was extremely disdainful of Mo Qingyun in her heart. Presumably, in her view, Mo Qingyun's performance was because he was greedy for Murong Qingyu's beauty. Little did she know that Mo Qingyun and Murong Qingyu not only knew each other, but also had a romantic encounter. Mo Qingyun prepared to die. Looking at Mo Qingyun's dazed expression, Luna did not show any mercy and promptly brandished her 9-section whip towards Mo Qingyun. Flowing moon shadow. Luna's whip instantly sealed the space around Mo Qingyun, blocking Mo Qingyun's path of retreat. Above Mo Qingyun, a ball of dark light also appeared, blasting out a crescent-shaped whip light. Looking at this scene, Murong Qingyu's beautiful face tightened. She tightly clenched her fists. Qingyun, you must be all right. Although she is very worried about Mo Qingyun in her heart, she did not dare to show it. She can only pray silently in her heart. She knows that in this situation, if other people knew about her relationship with Mo Qingyun, it would only harm Mo Qingyun. Great heavenly devil finger. Facing Luna's attack, Mo Qingyun did not dare to be careless. He promptly pointed forward and shot out a finger attack. A burst of overbearing immortal spirit power shot out from Mo Qingyun's thumb and turned into a huge black thumb. Bang! Facing the attack of the black thumb, the whip lights attacking Mo Qingyun were instantly destroyed. Not only that, after Great Heavenly Devil Finger destroyed Luna's attack, its might did not decrease and continued to attack. Under the overbearing attack of Great Heavenly Devil Finger, the sealed space around Mo Qingyun was also destroyed. Then Mo Qingyun's body did not stop. He immediately dodged to the side. Mo Qingyun's body flashed a few times and entered the formation. He no longer faced Luna and the others head-on. Although Mo Qingyun's strength is very formidable, he is unable to fight against so many people by himself. Most importantly, there are many unknown dangers in the battlefield. Missouri Qingyun doesn't want to fall into a dangerous situation. He sighed to himself. I didn't expect that when I let Qingyu enter the formation, it would lead others in as well. This result is beyond my expectations. Mo Qingyun, you won't be able to escape. Come out immediately. Luna and the others entered the array with gloomy expression. They shouted at the array. Hearing the angry words of Luna and the others, Murong Qingyu's beautiful face couldn't help but change. She said with a worried expression, Qingyun, Captain Luna, and the others have entered. What should we do next? In Murong Qingyu's view, Mo Qingyun must have entered the formation to hide himself. Now that Mo Qingyun's whereabouts have been discovered, it wasn't a good thing for Mo Qingyun. Looking at the worried expression of Murong Qingyu, Mo Qingyun didn't care about it. He calmly said, Don't worry. As long as the experts of the constellation don't come, no one can pose a threat to me. Kill. Mo Qingyun's words fell. He quickly made a hand seal and pointed inside the formation. Then, one by one, ghosts with threatening auras appeared in the formation. Seeing the sudden appearance of a large number of ghosts, Luna and the others' expression greatly changed. Their complexion became somewhat pale. These ghosts are very formidable. The weakest of them is comparable to true immortal realm. The strongest one is comparable to great star realm experts. Facing the siege of so many formidable ghosts, their situation became very worrying. Very quickly, the divine race soldiers who had entered the formation were killed by the ghostly beings. In a short period of time, nearly 1/3 of Luna and the other subordinates were killed. With a large number of subordinates being killed, Luna and the other situation became even more difficult. Looking at the scene before her, Murong Qingyu became lifeless. She felt that this is very unreal. This situation is not just a little bit different from what she imagined. It can be said that it is completely reversed. She didn't expect that in a short period of time, Luna and the others who were hunters would become lambs waiting to be slaughtered. Qingyun, are these ghosts your subordinates? Murong Qingyu calmed down from the shock in her heart. She opened her eyes wide and asked Mo Qingyun in shock. That's right. Regarding Murong Qingyu's inquiry, Mo Qingyun did not conceal anything. He answered Murong Qingyu with certainty. These ghosts were summoned by me through a divine ability. They can be controlled by me for a short period of time. Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Murong Qingyu's heart became even more shocked. In her knowledge, she has never heard of such a formidable divine ability in this world. If this is the case, as long as Mo Qingyun is given enough time, wouldn't he be able to rule the entire wild continent? Seeing Murong Qingyu's expression, Mo Qingyun guessed her thoughts. Chapter 1380. After a while, except for Luna, all the Divine Ray soldiers who came to encircle Mo Qingyun were killed. After killing the Divine Ray soldiers, Mo Qingyun took out the Iron Blood Order and collected their essence blood. After collecting the blood essence of these God Ray soldiers, Mo Qingyun took Murong Qingyu to see Luna. Before long, Mo Qingyun and Murong Qingyu arrived in front of Luna. Captain Luna. Murong Qingyu looked at Luna in front of him and showed a guilty expression. Then he said to Luna in front of him. Seeing Murong Qingyu and Mo Qingyun standing together, Luna was surprised. She said in an indifferent tone, Qingyu, why are you with him? Are you a spy that he planted in the divine race? No, it's not like that. Hearing Luna's words, Murong Qingyu quickly shook his head and denied. He explained to Luna, it's like this. Qingyun and I both came from a subordinate continent. We have known each other for a long time. However, I came to the wild continent by crossing the void. Qingyun came to the wild continent through the immortal race's wild convention. Murong Qingyu explained the general situation to Luna in detail. After listening to Murong Qingyu, Luna's expression became clear. She didn't doubt Murong Qingyu's words. If that's the case, then you're not a god? After thinking for a short time, Luna had a general understanding of Mo Qingyun and Murong Qingyu's identity. In her knowledge, people who came from affiliated continents were immortal race's younger generation. Therefore, it was impossible for Mo Qingyun and his companion to come from a subordinate continent to be part of the god race. I'm not very clear about this. Hearing Luna's question, Murong Qingyu showed a perplexed expression and said, but both of us have divine race blood in our veins, so we can't be considered as a mortal race. Both of you came from affiliated continents, but both of you have divine race blood in your veins. That's really interesting. Luna said with a slightly mocking smile. Her expression showed that she was taking pleasure in others' misfortune. If a mortal race people know about your secret, I'm afraid your situation will be even worse. After saying this, Luna showed a proud sneer and said, Qingyu, you told me this information. Aren't you afraid that I'll spread it? I believe Captain Luna. Murong Qingyu's expression was sincere as he firmly replied. Hearing Murong Qingyu's words, Luna's expression slightly changed. She was moved. After being moved for a short time, Luna's expression turned cold. She looked at Mo Qingyun and Qingyu with ridicule in her eyes and said, Qingyu, you and I are acquainted. Since you trust me so much, I will keep this matter a secret for you. You should be careful in the future. Thank you, Captain Luna. Seeing Luna's attitude, Murong Qingyu immediately showed gratitude and cupped his hands to thank Luna. It seems like we can only send the large star's ghost. Yinshi Jinwei, Zhangzhe, you three will lead 10 squads and follow Luna to kill Mo Qingyun. After thinking for a while, Naimon ordered the 3 youths in front of him to lead troops to suppress Imo Qingyan. Yes, hearing Naimon's order, Yin Shi and the other 2 didn't dare to hesitate. They immediately went with Luna to kill Imo Qingyan. After leaving Naimon's tent, Luna led Yin Shi and the others to Imo Qingyan's formation. After a quarter of an hour, Luna led Yin Shi and the others into Imo Qingyan's formation. So fast, looking at Luna and the others, Imo Qingyan showed a playful smile as if he was looking at prey waiting to be slaughtered. But seeing Luna and the others, Murong Qingyo's mood was the exact opposite. Captain Luna brought people here so fast. Did she leak the secret between me and Qingyan? Looking at Luna and the others, Murong Qingyo's face showed a painful expression as if she was greatly deceived. From the current situation, it seems like everything was under Imo Qingyan's control. Everything was going according to his plan. This Imo Qingyan is a terrible schemer. The more Luna thought about it, the more afraid she got. She was also afraid of Imo Qingyan. A person's scheming mind could reach this level. It was too terrible. Captain Luna, you don't need to panic. They won't be able to escape today. Imo Qingyan didn't give Luna a chance to explain. He smiled and replied to Luna. Then he summoned the ghosts. Imo Qingyan is very clear that although his plan is good, there are many loopholes in it. Now Yan's trio is angry, so they can't notice these details. But if they think about it carefully, it won't be difficult for them to notice that something is wrong. However, Imo Qingyan didn't give them a chance to think about it. Facing the attack of a large number of ghosts, Luna and the others couldn't afford to be distracted and were surrounded by ghosts. General, save me. Captain Luna, you are so cruel. I don't want to die. I don't want to. Not long after, miserable cries could be heard coming from the formation. Seeing their soldiers being killed one after another, Jiang's trio's expression became uglier and uglier. Their hatred towards Luna became more and more intense. At this moment, they didn't doubt that all of this was the result of Luna and Imo Qingyan's collusion. General, Luna wanted to cry, but no tears came out. Her heart was filled with grievances. She felt like there was a big stone in her chest. She was now suffering in silence. She was also a victim. What made Luna speechless was that perhaps Imo Qingyan deliberately arranged for her to not be attacked by ghosts. Seeing this scene, Yinshi's expression became uglier. He didn't doubt Imo Qingyan's words. He gritted his teeth and said, Luna, you still want to quibble at this time? If you didn't collude with Imo Qingyan, then why didn't you get attacked by ghosts? Facing Yinshi's question, Luna was suddenly speechless. Looking at Luna, Yinshi was furious. He said in a cold voice, You don't have anything to say now? Since you don't have anything to say, then obediently accept your death. Go and pay tribute to those dead soldiers. When Yinshi's words fell, he repelled the ghost around him. Then he decisively rushed towards Luna. He wanted to kill Luna. Seeing this scene, Imo Qingyan couldn't help but smile. He looked at Luna and said, Captain Luna, I'll send you out of the formation. Don't worry, no one will know about you. Imo Qingyan. Seeing Imo Qingyan slandering her again, Luna was so angry that her eyes almost popped out. She wished she could cut him into pieces. Now, even if she jumped into the Sky River, she wouldn't be able to wash away her crime. Not waiting for Luna to finish her words, she was sent out of the formation. Don't know if it was Imo Qingyan's intention or Yinshi's good opportunity, but he also came out of the formation.